streaming.
Wow,
This
streams are
will,
so cool.
yeah, this will be funny because I haven't watched a single set. So when this was happening, me and Riona thought about watching this while we were at Anthrocon,
Uh-huh.
and I fucking slept through it. We both slept through
That's
it.
honestly so
'Cause
real and fair though.
we partied
Yeah,
and
you must have been tired, man. Oh, this
absolutely.
is the
But
first one.
okay, Naruto is Spacey. Okay, I kind of want to watch this because I know Spacey has been playing more
I want to
because I
watch
used to play a
this
lot, right?
because I don't have player info about Spacey. So let's learn.
Okay. So I'll give some pre-context then.
Uh,
So Spacey used to play a lot in the English Puyo, like Friday night Puyos from Zon.
I see, I see.
Um,
What? 720p 50. Wait, what is this? Okay.
just use
Anyway, go on.
72050 figure. So the thing with Spacey is I actually think, they play that, very old school kind of style still. You
I
see the double
see.
tower.
Yeah.
But this is like very vintage, right? Like GTR
Yeah.
Tuesdays, right?
Yeah,
The very
yeah.
old school Advent League.
Yeah. I
But they were
see.
always very efficient. They play very safe. So
Mm-hmm.
it's very hard for them to have a bad chain. But
Interesting.
they don't do like any kind of crazy forms too often. Like they can play aggressive, but it's not like their main thing.
Right. Okay.
However, in their peak, I do think they were stronger than a lot of the active players. They just couldn't really enter tournaments very
I
frequently.
see. Interesting. Interesting.
Yeah, like on net play, um, I think they were rated like pretty close to 3,000. I think they averaged like
Whoa.
29.
That's really good then, huh?
So yeah, like they're clearly strong, and they have like rounds like this where like it's very hard to tell what they're doing.
I see.
But I think the issue is they kind of get opened up by attacks if you can't out efficient them. Because powers are good if your opponent isn't crazy on them, right?
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Like this is like an interesting chain, right? Like the
Hmm.
way it resolved into the bottom like that.
Yeah, yeah,
But
yeah.
you kind of see right, it a lot of powers already.
Hmm.
And there's so much waste on those reds, right? You have like so many leftover reds.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I see.
And
So,
I feel like the issue here for Neru is like how do you have to like out efficient a power chain, right?
yeah, yeah, pretty much. And Neru does freestyle, so it is hard to be efficient.
Yeah, right. It's like because you already need another blue, right, to make that tail work.
There you go. Wow,
But
Spacey is
it's so,
super efficient right now. Like that is perfect efficiency.
yeah, and actually, you can opt to take that too because the harassment was so small.
Yeah.
I think this is kind of a weird meta opinion
Okay.
about someone who power chains. I think it's kind of worthless to do small two chains because
Okay.
power chains are usually built really high up, right? They're usually like three column kind of builds, right, with a
Yeah.
single Puyo. So there's a lot of easy stuff to clear on like power chain tails.
Mm.
Oh, well, that was unfortunate on the
Nasty from
post.
Neru. Hi Reds. Yeah, the UI is
Yeah,
crazy. I love Ascension's graphic design. The stuff.
need to portray. It's
Mm.
very nice. 'Cause have you ever seen Spacey play?
I probably have, but I just not enough to like understand what their play style is, aside from just like, well, it looks like they are a bit more free with their forms than other players who like use GTR, which is a bit refreshing.
That's true, and you kind of see right, like it's a lot of these like big devil tower setups.
Yeah,
Like this is clearly their favorite thing to do,
yeah, yeah.
and that kind of like why there is like why I think it's hard to make two chains work, and why it's better to have like the large chains, right? Because now
Mm,
Spacey gets punished for having all these easy to cut tail forms,
exactly.
but also
Yeah,
there's not a lot of damage.
yeah, that's true. Interesting.
I don't know. What would your approach be if you saw Spacey just build like double tower four times?
I mean,
Like,
it's
would
just
your
the sort of
opening
thing
change?
you're. I don't know. The thing is, Spacey hasn't threatened with it very much. Like, it just is kind of sitting there, even though Neru is, like, vulnerable at a lot of points. Maybe Spacey hasn't. I don't know. They're going, like, main chain again. They feel like such a main chain focused player that I don't feel threatened to actually, like, build more safely. I just kind of do what I need to.
I respect that. And I think that makes sense. The ironically, that was like the one of the few times we saw like Spacey have like a reversible trigger to like defend with the
Yeah,
three,
exactly.
or like, 'cause then so even then, no purple yellows. Ouch.
Well, it seems like Nero's playing to the strength of like being aggressive because Spacey is just not used to dealing with that here. Oh, that's right. It's faster threes. Two sets of faster three
Oh
rather,
yeah.
but still.
Okay, okay. That's fighting game standards. Okay,
Yeah,
I
yeah,
like
yeah.
that. Personally, for me, this is well.
It's fine, TM.
Yeah, it's just a different format. You kind of have to get used to. It's
Yeah.
not that common offline anymore, but I think for all the time zone stuff and everything going on, this makes sense.
Yeah, 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 exactly. It's just like you kind of have to.
Yeah,
Okay, so
yeah.
they're doing the whole like dancing around
Ooh.
it.
Yeah, Naru doing a really good job of building like this diving tail setup
Yeah, that's
that
nice.
also still
That's
counter.
perfect. How pretty.
Yeah, this is gonna be super rough because Spaces is kind of like it's there, but it's not like as clean.
To be fair, Spacey has space advantage to like extend their
Mm.
chain, whereas like Neru had to work within. Uh-oh. Uh-oh, there's greens. Oh, Spacey needs to
Yeah.
greens. Oh, they got him, but like Neru was still very efficient there. 9 chain with all that space disadvantage. That's awesome.
Yeah, it's still like 36 too because of all the extra Puyos.
Yeah, exactly. But yeah, Spacey did have space advantage, so easier to just like make a bigger chain.
Yeah. Naru kind of held on to that for a really long time too.
Hmm.
I think once you lose space, I feel like you have to send a little bit sooner.
Yeah,
Do you
exactly.
have all those resources? Like if you just probably rush full chain there, I think you're okay.
Yeah, pretty much, pretty much. If you give your opponent too much time, then they'll be able to use space advantage. Whereas if you don't give them the time to actually build up a chain in the first place, you have more resources, so you're going to win.
True.
There's Spacey
Okay.
going like pretty main chain again.
Yeah. But see, I don't even call this like sandwich. Like the feel like the base right side is always kind of the same, right? It's always like two into three pillar, or like
Yeah,
two, three
yeah.
pillars, right?
Pretty much
The
sandwich
tail is,
transition.
oh, damn. And that's kind of like the issue I have with like three pillar is it looks like it works until it's like you can't really you get the stairs problem, right? You have to like
Hmm.
build a very specific kind of transition when you
Yeah,
always do like three
it's
pillar.
quite tall.
And I feel like this is like I feel like this kind of form is usually I feel like a net play kind of deal where you're trying to build it to defend from early rushes,
Right, yeah.
but you don't really get early rushes, right? In tournament sets usually, unless it's like it's like a player specific thing.
Yeah, exactly, exactly. It's
Would not
not often
like
that
this.
people just like pivot.
Yeah,
Oh,
Spacey had made a huge color error, and I actually think it will pay off for him
I
because
think
Nair wasn't ready.
he might have been planning to like remove it from his chain in the first place because he already hit Neru with like like a
I
few
don't
rows, right?
think it. Well, if you go back, I don't think it was actually that intentional
Let's see.
because like the blue
So
purple, right? This
here,
is intentional.
okay, and then here, well, Neru's pretty buried. I can see it being like he's now like sort of going into this.
I feel like for me, it's just the hesitation. Like they like you see, like you have to think about it for a little bit. Like, see, he could have committed
That's
right there with
true.
the yellow red.
Yeah, I'm not sure. It's hard to tell. Either way, it was a pretty good move because yeah,
Yeah,
Neru was like under a few rows.
you definitely take it because I feel like the first to three was a little bit better for Spacey, and
Hmm.
Erica just cleaned up.
Yeah. Hi, Dixie.
I feel like, hello. I feel like honestly, Nero could just probably just play efficient and just
Yeah.
win. But I don't think Nero likes to play like that. They love freeform, right? So it's like
They also
I
enjoy like
respect
their
it, but
mid
I also
game
don't.
because they've
Yeah,
been throwing out
right.
a lot of like 2, 3 chains. Like they're probably preparing to like do. Oh wait, 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 wait. Oh, that's risky.
Okay.
That's so risky. Oh
Okay.
my
Okay.
gosh, they went for it.
I respect it that you saw in the queue. A good check.
Yeah, that's true. It's just like freaking me out here.
I
Space is
think
a
this is
very
kind
nice
of
tail.
forward. Hmm. 11 chain does a lot to beat. Oh, they're gonna get
That's
nothing on the 4-5. Ouch.
Yao's.
I looked away to watch narratives resolve. I don't even know what happened. The Spacey's still there.
Yeah, it
Or
like
I guess
almost
triggered.
worked.
That was yikes.
Scary.
If you know, the opening his base has just been always the same for Spacey. He builds like these floating triggers, which is really
Yeah,
good knowledge.
I've noticed that too. Like he tends to like use the first floor as sort of like tail fodder, whereas the transition actually happens at like 3 or 4 rows up, which is interesting.
Yeah. And even now, it's like that
Oh
call
geez.
6 is not being used at all. So there's a huge efficiency drought on his chain.
That's the one problem with like him building more that way. Oh geez, he needs. Oh no.
It's over.
Yeah. I guess Nero did efficiency check him then, because that was a
Yep.
pretty like if you look back at that, that's pretty dang efficient. Like that is not many
Yeah.
leftovers.
I I feel like once you see your opponent just doesn't use a column, you just know you already won.
Yeah,
Like you
pretty
should
much.
never lose that round at a high level or even mid
Exactly.
level, honestly.
Yeah, if you can outchain your opponent, just outchain them. Like if you have that ability, then there's no need to like floof around and try and play mid game. Just beat them. Um, yeah.
Yeah, because like 5 by 13 is a lot worse than 6 by 13 on a good
Yeah.
luck man.
Exactly. Okay, that was very interesting.
Yeah, I didn't realize 'cause I haven't seen Spacey play in a long, long time. That his opening is so clear cut, but also is so in your face inefficient.
Yeah.
If he could figure out how to, oh sorry, actually I think they're they them, my bad. If they can
Well.
figure out
Mm-hmm.
how to start their like field
Mm-hmm.
on the for actual first layer instead of having that floating trigger,
Mm-hmm.
it would do a lot because like when Void does floating trigger, right, it's because he has so much of the same Puyo, he just built it so much higher up,
Yeah.
right? When he's they still starts on 1 through 4.
Yeah, exactly. It's because he doesn't, or they don't go transition first. They build their tail first. And if you make that transition shape and you build it last, it's very color dependent.
Yeah. Do you want to watch this one or go to a different one?
I don't mind. This seems like a very random match, so we can
Okay.
peek around somewhere else. Just because, um,
I don't know. Like,
this is
it's very weird to see Zanyu in a tournament after the dude just was like, I hate you all and left, and then he's back. God damn.
yeah, it was weird.
Okay. Uh,
This is a bit of a like high level exchange.
do you want to watch this one? It'd be kind of interesting to see what happened with a Cliv.
Yeah, and I don't know
See,
this player either, unless they might have gone by another name in the past. But I guess it'd be nice to know if they like, yeah, what kind
I'm
of
down.
threat they pose.
Like, I don't get to watch a Cliv too often, so
Oh yeah, perfect. Okay, good. I've been playing a lot of sets with him recently, but if you haven't watched Active in a while, then I think it's worth seeing his gameplay now. Wait, sorry, I skipped.
gee.
Oh, Twitch player is the
Oh,
worst.
yeah. Where's the Ascension multi-stream already? Like,
Uh,
Twitch allows you to.
right. Too much hassle. It's already hard enough, like making sure the bot doesn't break, and then the stream, and the French stream, and then the Japanese
Mm,
stream, and then just like literally every. Oh wait, I see. This is
yeah.
not even.
Yeah.
Is this the first set, or is this not the first set? I'm so confused.
Did they already have? Keep going back, I guess? Question mark. I don't know.
It's so slow.
You're right. Dude,
Okay, yeah, a
honestly, like
bit more.
YouTube player is better than like what's it called? Than the Twitch player, but the Twitch chat is so much better than YouTube chat. It's
Yeah,
like,
it's
why the fuck can't
true.
one do it right?
Literally. Hi, Coopery.
Hi,
Friend.
Gooberry. Thank you. That's my
Uh,
buddy. That's my lizard buddy.
oh my gosh, lizard buddy. Cute. So friend. Okay, I have no
Yeah,
idea where we
because
are. No? 10 more
uh,
seconds, please.
guy, guy hit that arrow key tech.
Next one. Come on. Please. When Twitch had 40-second stream delay.
Yes,
You know, every
terrible.
now and then it will still desync and explode itself like that. Like that can happen still. just
Like I do
rarely.
the you gotta hit that refresh all the time sometimes. Like, oh my god, it's so bad.
Oh my
Boom.
goodness. Thank you for bearing with us, friends.
True. Technical difficulties. We have to just mimic Ascension real quick.
Watching a friend's Twitch stream through VLC because buffering was too much. What? That's insane.
Yikes. I guess it's the hard part when we don't have audio, just because figure out when the hell they start talking. This is
Hi
dumb.
guys, can you tell us? Wait,
Oh fuck it. Just
it's like
try
there's
skipping
nothing.
ahead a little bit. Fuck it. Okay.
56. Oh, finally. Okay,
Okay,
we
there we
found the
go.
match. Okay, it's gonna start in a few
Okay, okay, okay,
seconds.
okay,
We
okay.
got there.
Easy,
We
dude,
got there.
easy,
All
easy.
right, let's see.
Okay.
Okay, very traditional. That's fine.
Oh, GTR. Whoa, what a surprise. Thanks,
Oh,
guys.
crazy.
Oh, nice. I've been stealing the just put the not flat GTR kind of like style tailing because I realized that it's just better.
Wait, not flat? What do you mean? Which
But
one?
when you do like the purple in the oh god, was it row four and the other one in row five, and you kind of leave for that kind of almost sullen like form. It's
Hold
just
on.
faster for transition.
Who whose side?
It's on Neo
Oh,
Neo
I
side.
see. Like this thing.
Yeah, yeah, like this like thing. I
Uh,
actually think it's kind of oddly good setup because it kind of just builds a natural L shape for itself.
that's true. Yeah, as long as you don't like put one purple here and then you're like you can receive garbage and then you like never get down there again. Yeah, that's
Well,
true.
yeah, it's kind of yeah, it's also kind of weird because it builds into a lot more attacks than I gave it credit for at first.
That makes sense.
Because you
Hi
get easy
AJ.
power off like the
Hello, Fresh
green blue.
Water.
Hello.
Yes, that's true. That's
Like,
true.
I think the other kind of weird part about this is you actually if you really need a recovery on the what's it called row five, you can
Mm,
technically go purple green into back to red to green. It's really weird.
that's
It's
true
like some
too.
fucking there's
Yeah.
some insane jank stuff with this setup.
Hmm.
Like you
Hmm.
don't see often because if you only do it when it's real bad.
Yeah, exactly.
But I think the Solon on top of GTR is like a way to kind of give the floor more flexibility because it kind of can struggle with it
That's
sometimes.
interesting. Yeah, like would I say that this is a stronger shape than putting two purples together like this? Probably, because I think like the L shape in this direction, where there's two on the top, is stronger than like two on the bottom L shape. Like that's awkward. Whereas this is a bit
Yeah.
nicer, I guess. That's interesting.
And you also has a kind of awkward like giant L like stair thing from a clip that
Oh,
uses up so much of
yeah.
his space.
Although this is
Like
very convertible into like anything. Like he can cut it at 2 right now, or he
yeah.
could cut it at 3. Like it's sort of flexible, even though it looks stupid.
Yeah. The only unfortunate part is like the one trash in column three because now you can't like
Yeah,
napalm,
cut it
right?
at red.
You can't
Oh yeah,
like
true, true.
so you're kind of forced to commit to a bigger cut because I think if that one trash isn't there, they actually have to be like super careful of a random napalm just
Yeah,
covering like a row and a half,
yeah,
and that
yeah,
would
yeah,
actually hurt his build a lot.
yeah. Exactly. Although, yeah, that's true. This is very like flat. I guess a thorn would cause problems. Well, this
They like
what's
slow it
interesting
down
here
enough.
is that so
Uh,
Active and I have been training to get better at efficiency at the top of the board. And so what I can
yeah,
see Active already doing is that he was not aggressive at all. Like they're playing very passive. And what we're learning to do is we are learning to fight at the top layers of the screen. So I'm curious to see if he's going to apply that now or not. Napalm, I think Riley actually has confused the terms. Um,
that it is. Napalm is the one where it's the both colors, isn't it? Or no, is that Thorn?
Thorn is like any strong one chain, and I think Napalm is literally like only the strongest one chain that is possible, which is like 11 plus 11 or something like that. Hold on.
I
Let me
usually
go
hear
get.
Napalm for when you pop like a one chain with two different colors, and Thorn is if it's one color.
I have not
That could
heard
just be
that
U.S.
usage.
term.
Yeah,
That might just be U.S. terminology, unless
because I've
like
never heard
wiki
this one before.
terminology.
It might be something that we can implement. Hold on. Yeah, the most powerful one chain. So that's like what 3, 6,
Okay,
10, 10 plus 7. Yeah. I'm not sure if there's a distinction between, yeah, any powered up one chain is called a thorn.
Oh yeah, okay. I remember why we did this differently on commentary now, because
Interesting.
the difference on this definition fucking sucks ass. Because they're about the same. Because like the example on Napalm, and if you scroll back up, and the example on Thorn are almost the exact fucking same.
I mean, that's true that they shouldn't have made it the same, but I think it really the at least if you take from Japanese terminology, thorn is just like any strong one chain, and then
Hmm.
yeah, again, napalm only refers to if it's a 7 plus 10. Um, so actually, how much damage
No one
does that
uses
do?
Prisma and use US terminology. We only use Thorn and Napalm.
That's right. Napalm is called that because it literally sends a rock of damage. So, I guess to be safe, we could just call it thorns, though. Generally.
Yeah, okay, I'll do it Thorns.
Yeah.
I'll leave out US terminology because like we don't use
Oops.
Prisma in a lot of US commentary because it's kind of a dumb name
What's
and it's just
Prisma?
extra content. It's a multicolor one chain.
Oh. Okay. Huh. Interesting. Okay.
There's
I
like
see.
there's like a point where you hit over terminology where you say too many words.
That's
I
why I
think it's a
figured
little
like thorn
overkill.
is just like enough. To be honest, any strong one chain can be called a thorn. That's fine. It just like gets the point
Yeah,
across.
yeah. Okay, so yeah, I think this the Thorn here would kind of be annoying and frustrating for this
Wait,
because you
did
can
he?
maybe cover 13.
Oh, I don't know if he meant to do that. Maybe he forgot that like the garbage was going to stop his chain from stopping at 3.
I don't think he meant to cut that tail. I
Yeah,
don't think you
that
want
felt too
like you're
weird.
like A chain here.
Yeah,
I do think the attack though was smart to know that that builds flat and there's not that much power on
yeah.
like some of those defenses. At most it would have been like right a three chain with four Poyos on each link. And it's like that's not that strong.
No, that's quite like not a lot. This is weird colors, man.
And Neo just like built that so weirdly to just get go back to GTR. Like
Yeah,
okay,
right.
man,
Where are the yellows? Hello. Okay.
sure.
Yeah, so you
Oh
can
yeah, like
see
the yellow
efficiency
pillar.
game.
Yeah,
Yeah, and now actually just like overcommitted in that. I would be very surprised
yeah.
if they can outchain Acklet from the state.
Yeah, it's because of the form they needed required three yellows because it was oh god let me see if I can draw it real
Oh, rip the
quick.
yellows.
Yeah.
They had a nice tail otherwise. Because it goes red, green, yellow, green, red. It's so pretty.
Okay, I'm gonna draw this like really poorly real quick.
Go for it.
Boom 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 boom. And then what color is gonna be here to you? Because this is I'm gonna post in our DMs,
Mm-hmm.
I guess. Because I don't know how to share a Nexus link.
Sure.
This form
Oops.
in particular. Boom. Because like you kind of see like the yellow pillar is like what they're looking for. Because I see this used as for like Hellfire steps. It's also used as a transition.
This is good.
And
Yeah.
yeah. And so right, it's supposed to be like something like, if yellow is on top of green, then you fall to blue
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
from column one. But you can also like Hellfire it. But the fact like no Yosho means you can't
That
even
was
use
pretty
this
bad.
transition that
Yeah.
already had one yellow. So
So
the
sad.
drop completely screwed that chain.
That's true. It made it very difficult to do anything.
Yeah, so it was just like you kind of just I hate saying like rounders get lost by the color cue, but that one was kind of
It's
feels
true.
like a color cue kind of beat you.
Yeah. I guess that's why they committed to like attacking because they were like, oh, well, I can't get the rest of my chain off unless I like clear out some of the space.
Yeah. And it's also like the hard part when you like put so much into your tail and you don't really do anything on your trigger to like recognize like a drop's coming up.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Okay, so now it's really like strong transition space, but Akliva's attack is really interesting here because if it strikes well, it can be really uncomfortable because now you need a blue on top and a green in the ghost, which is very
Yeah.
like if you get the right piece, it's fine, but otherwise you have to like build up so you can spin a piece up there. So it's a
Yeah,
pretty
it's
good
so
move.
awkward.
And now it
Okay.
is like kind of stuck.
Yeah, I have to find like another blue somewhere. Okay, you found it.
Oh, uh, Active is just
Oh,
efficiency game again. Does not have to keep Puyo, but I think it's fine. Wow, what a that
development
Q is so
test.
weird, man. Aw, mm, that was weird.
Okay. I kind of like some of the stuff like Neo's cooking, but that hesitation, I think, mid game about the greens, like where they need to go, kind of cost them there.
Yeah.
A little bit more time, maybe you could have dug that out. Granted, the Q is still very mean, but
Okay.
like you don't know the Q is mean in that moment,
Exactly.
so
Okay. This is more normal from both of them.
it's pretty standard transitioning. Oh god, this
Whoa,
is gonna be
that's
so nasty.
nasty. Yeah, good strike.
By a
Wow.
clip.
Wow. Okay. Interesting move.
That was kind of gross. I was like that was some good color placement. It was
Exactly.
hot. Okay, no red drought this time. We love to see.
Mmm.
Huh.
Aklu's just
Very
like
interesting
awkward.
one poke.
I think that's why.
Yeah.
Because now they could again they're efficiency chaining, so Aklu is now
I
just
kind of
like
feel like
bad spot. Hmm?
yeah, it kind of is the weird part of the GTR matchup of you can just play efficiency game and eventually like someone will die because they'll make
Yeah,
the smallest misdrop.
exactly. It's
I
pretty
think Cliff
good,
is
but
like yeah.
mm,
I don't think it's that bad for a Cliff, but there's so much more resource on Neo's side right now.
yeah, it's too much. Too much.
Oh, it's still a rock.
80,000 is still
So
really good, but 13 is yeah, not enough.
the classic high level gameplay 80,000 is just not good enough, man. We need that
Literally.
90 plus K each
Yeah,
time.
that's right. That's right.
I see what you mean though about all the efficiency practice because like club teams have been nice, but is it me or has that been like weirdly low on the pokes? Like we had that one crazy Hellfire, but that was kind of it.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. They're playing a bit more how would you say
It's kind it's
reserved.
like handshaky almost, yeah.
Oh, I don't.
Okay,
Maybe
there
he's
you
trying
go.
something out now, but like also now I've just got like a really lucky color because that made it like triple instead of double. So that's nasty.
Yeah, and he just went out. He didn't take that much damage though. Like it's only like a minimal row.
He had a good follow up, yeah. Okay, this three is good, but now he's like down on resources. But then now it
Yeah.
might just be. Ooh, that's a good send back. They're forced into main. Okay,
True, but the kind of hard part though was that Cliff had to constantly spend his trigger extension each time.
that's true, but I don't think it was that bad. Like this is a very efficient. Oh, the yellow. Never mind. Oh, the bread.
It-
Oh,
It's looking pretty
oh,
bad
pain in
now.
my soul. He probably had it otherwise. He was so good. Ow.
That's definitely the, I guess like the hard part when you handshake efficiency and then have to go back to attacking and then you go back to efficiency.
Yeah.
Is like, you gotta be careful about those placements.
No. It hurts me because I've done that so many times. Oh, hi, Cliff. Oh.
Oh yeah, Cliff, what's up? How's it
I went
going?
number one. Oh, you know.
Hey, turn off the stream. Just it's okay, Cliff. You can just hide this for a second.
Oh,
Interesting that
whoa.
you know. Oh, I like that. I like that. I like that.
An early
Okay,
cover like that
I
is
like that.
nice.
Yeah, but the only issue is Neo had already opted to build high because the double green went to calm two. So it actually
Oh,
doesn't do that
oh, oh,
much.
oh, 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 oh.
Oh, this is so bad. Okay, so this is my opinion. So if you go back around this round real quick,
Yes, how far back are we going? Here?
go back to the napalm. Go back like a little bit more.
Oh, Thorn.
Or sorry, Thorn. Yeah,
You got it.
just different terminology,
I
man.
know, I know.
I think it's overcomplicated, but whatever. Because I feel like as much as I love Thorns, I think they are underutilized. At this point, I don't think you go for it. I think as soon as like there is a transition, there is no world where you should go for that fucking Thorn. As
Mm,
sick as that looks. Because like one, even if you cover the greens, right, purples will just clear it out anyways. And you can set up a double transition, and it's just like this is an overcommit Thorn. That feels like
yeah, I guess that
to
makes
me,
sense.
it's you didn't look at the board because they were mirroring each other. So you could say like, oh, we were mirroring, so I went for it because we were mirroring. But at that point, it's you kind of still got checked because I feel like if I saw like the transition was already being built, I think that Thorn is no longer
You
worth
just kind of
it.
opt out of it,
Especially,
yeah.
yeah, because now you have like the deal with this counter up and it didn't even cover the trigger.
From this position, I wonder what he could have done differently. Not much. He just needs purples, hey.
Yeah,
Yeah, I
it
guess
was
it's
a
because
quick
he's
health Thorn.
behind in resources. So it was, yeah, it was because he spent too much.
Yeah, because all your purples went into the Thorn that
Exactly.
was already set up with a counter chain.
Yeah. Interesting.
That's very rough. Because now you're 2-0 down. You're like, oh god.
Hmm.
Because first I was looking like pretty, even.
Well, let's see. Might
Okay,
not be
small
good.
hesitation.
Yeah. Too dangerous.
Oh, this is gonna be a kind of tricky
Okay.
tail actually on the close side.
That's tough tail, but like the transition area is really nice.
Mhm. Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
So he can choose to. Oh, he. I wonder
Oh,
if it's because now Korea's board is a little bit awkward now. Okay, now he
yeah.
uses it. Wait,
The
huh?
only issue. Okay, it's a good cover
That was
though
weird.
because he needs this cover because he cannot build any more in his tail. He needs to
Yeah,
kind of
the
go.
tail is dead. Oh no, oh no.
Oh, I think it's dead.
Close. So
Yeah.
close.
A little spooky. That could have been. I felt you ever lean back too far in the chair and you get that little flash of heaven. You almost
Yes,
fall back and die.
yes,
That's what that
literally.
felt like. You got a little flash right there.
Oh, he was so close to being done, but no, not yet, not yet.
Mhm. I'm going for more of the big. Okay, I like this transition from a cliff. I'm a big fan of these kind of like raised ones. At least when they're built like this with more L shape because you can get some crazy defense and
Yeah, he's wondering if he
right
should
now like
like
this is
break the tail off to extend it more, but
yeah.
oh, efficiency check. But that covering in column one was really well done by Naokore because now, oh geez, yeah,
It's
yeah.
just done. You have to send the attack sooner when you build that way. Because as soon as you have double pillar, see, I talked about this actually with Synset. Okay, so
Mm-hmm.
when you have double pillar, right? Because we reviewed this with Sin, you can't hold on to both. You
Yeah.
have to spend one.
Yes.
Because like, I don't know. If you want to go back to it, I feel
Earlier.
like, oh, yeah, go earlier. Like when he takes the first hit, right? Because here it's like okay, and you're building up, but you kind of see like there's no transition point anymore. Once
Yeah.
you take this. And now you see two is up there, you have to fight.
Yeah.
You
Yeah.
have
Yeah.
no choice.
Yeah. You have to spend those and like reset essentially.
Yeah,
I
it sucks
think
to send a four attack here. It's either that or you have to fight with your right side, but you have to get your main trigger back anyway, so you kind of have to fight with your left no matter what.
that makes
Because
sense.
like doing anything here is just wasting your time, and so at
Yeah.
that point, you kind of just have to clear it, except that you're going into like the four chain attack,
Mm,
and then go for it. At least that's my thought on it.
yeah. I guess it ended up being too committal.
Yeah, because counter steps are good like that. But if you build two like stairs on both sides, you automatically lock out your chain and you make it really easy for someone to punish you.
Yeah.
So you either need for your right side to be a U-shaped form, or as soon as you take that hit and your column one is covered, you just have to send the four chain.
Hmm. A little bit too slow. The difference between column three and four. Yeah, it was just like a bunch of different height differences here. Like this height difference is so awkward. Like this is like not a balanced mansion. This is like a valley. Tom would be like, this is not an architect's work.
It's
Yeah.
because you see that, or you can swap in the. There's actually a really jank build you can do on the right side if you stay with like the red blues and putting the yellows into column four with the reds on top of the green, and you can kind of like try to stack your way down.
Mm,
And you can spend your three green and two reds to make a three chain, and just for get rid of your tail while keeping your trigger alive.
Yeah, exactly. Maybe removing the shape was a good idea because it looks like the tail wasn't going to work anyway. It felt like he wanted to do something with this, but it didn't get to.
It I think it's because the thorn came in and like that just the poke. Because once you cover up the right side, it's really hard to use.
Yeah, that's true.
Because the only thing you can green because you have to build so high up to get that yellow again.
Hmm. I guess Akliv, if you had been able to play this match again, you should have just thorned here because it's a 7+4 instead of 6+4, so you would send like 2 garbage or something.
Review is
Yeah.
fun. I love review. It makes me relive the pain of when I lose a set.
The
Isn't it great?
pain. Also do one chain or something to make the field clean. He noticed that, so he made that thorn. Yeah, the thorn was very like well timed. This is just like a good
Mm.
like move from the opponent actually,
Yeah.
because they
I
saw. Hmm?
Yeah, my general read, because it's really hard to make a read on a player we've never seen before in one. My initial thought is Neo feels a very thorn heavy compared to some of the other Japanese players I've seen, but I feel like he's also like he's definitely attentive. But I don't know if I can say he's as attentive as other players. I do
His
think his way of transitioning is pretty interesting because he starts off like sometimes just in very weird build order cues.
hmm.
And that's just like I'll call like an initial hypothesis because it's not set in stone until I see more sets
Yeah.
from him.
Okay.
But I have some stuff I want to look out for.
Okay. Interesting. Hmm. But yeah, that cover was also, that's pretty nasty RNG to be fair. Like both
Yeah,
of the
that's
two
fucked up.
garbage was in column 1 and 2. Akliv, I feel so bad for you. That was just like sad.
This is definitely for super evil because you don't even have a green and Q to like put the yellow on top of five, right? And be like, oh, my
No,
yellow drops
literally
into
nothing.
red.
Yeah.
You're just screwed. You're just screwed. It's fine.
It's just
You gotta
like
pop that forward
die.
prey.
Kuno brings up the good point that he doesn't necessarily have to be attentive because he has a good shape. What the? Why did I say it like that? Shape that he can rube with, anyways. That's true. This one chain doesn't
I
cost
kind of
anything to his chain, right? Like,
well, I think attentiveness falls into like a good chaining. Like
uh,
attentive doesn't just mean you're like looking at your board. Attentive means like you have like good awareness of your own space and what you can do with it.
okay, I see. Yeah, I suppose whenever we use a word like attentive, it tends to get assigned to like observation, as in like observing the opponent as opposed to like observing your own board. So I suppose that's why it sounds confusing. Our terminology does need work, huh? Well, anyway, we'll get around to
Yeah. I
that.
mean, why do we have like eight different words for one chains and like not one actual clear meaning? It's kind of
Yeah.
dumb.
Anyway,
Oh god, what's that
yeah.
last round too? Oh,
Yeah,
that's
yeah. That
unfortunate.
that that hurts. It's
I
okay
was so
because
sad.
Akliv is the goat, so he found a way around things after.
That's okay. It's okay. You know, it happens.
Malachi and Yuki. Oh my gosh, I did not watch this match. It has my fellow Australian player in it. I need to watch this. I need to
Sure, I'm
watch
down. I'm
this.
down. We said we would do pools today, and that we would like move, and then we would see how we feel about the next 2 days.
Yes, yes.
I think this will be interesting because I haven't seen them play in a long time. I remember them being very stairs heavy.
They are a stairs main.
Ah, dude, how am I so good? Like 5 years means nothing. This is why This is why I'm an analyst and like the fucking best commentator. That never gets to commentate because I'm always busy in a way.
Literally, just have more
I
free
got asked
time.
to. I wish I actually did get to commentate this because I got asked and I just couldn't do it. I didn't have time,
Ooh, too
which
busy
made me
being a
really sad.
furry. Wow, imagine like being in the other part
Yeah.
of the Venn diagram of like Puyo and
Mm.
furry and like committing to it.
Yeah. Oh, that sucks. The double all clear. Stop building column three if they have double clear. God, I hate this. Stop. They do all the time. Every time. I always talk about this. Like people are like, let me build column three against all clear. Stop. Stop
Stop.
doing it, please. Oh God. Really don't.
I think
I'm
this
so
this try
like,
is just a good try because there's not
yeah.
much that can be done.
Yeah, this is painful. This is a good two change though.
Yeah,
I
that sends
actually, if they
back.
held the blue before and like just placed it slightly different, they would have a three, and they actually would have done some a little bit of damage.
Why is Yuki playing so like
Uh,
nothing burger right now? Wait, he's like being so
Yuki,
passive. Okay, he
That's not that
finally
one.
built something.
Yuki is. I think Yuki's just styling actually,
Yeah, that makes
and
sense.
like fishing for info.
Maybe fishing for AC even. Oh,
He's a
wait,
buster.
Malachi, good. Good play.
Anything,
Gaming?
I have thoughts on Yuki's playstyle, but I'm saving them
Okay.
for later because
Yes.
I had this conversation on stream technically already,
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
but I think Yuki is very in their own head a lot, is how I would describe it without
Interesting.
like going into deep depth.
Okay. Yeah, Acliff, I'm curious about that set. I want to know what went wrong because I was like, surely he's not like just having a really bad day, but we'll see, we'll see.
What is this build from Mali? From
Yeah, I
Mala?
don't even know what happened here. I don't know what's going on with this build.
I don't like
I
this.
think she might have just like made mistakes.
Yeah,
Yeah.
this is a tilter right here. The Hail Mary two chains? Oh my god.
What is going on?
Dude, I need some more of my fucking coffee.
It's late
Oh
for
my
him. I
god.
mean, I guess it's like I don't know what time was it by now.
No,
It wasn't
late for
even.
them. They want me to commentate the shit at 4 a.m.
It's past
They were
his
like, hey, Riley, you
bedtime.
want to start at
I think his
4?
bedtime is like 9 p.m. So no, actually, to be fair, when I was like around his age, I suppose 9:30 was my bedtime. Actually, you know what, Fina? I'll give you that.
Wait, how old is Mala? How old is
Malachi
she?
is like 2 years younger than me or something like that. Or three maybe. She's like 19ish, maybe 20,
Okay,
maybe. I forgot.
kind of acceptable excuse, but okay. You get
Well,
around this time. Uh-huh.
Yuki is the one who's like maybe struggling because bedtime. Well, not really, but anyway. I actually do.
Oh,
It's not wrong. It's super correct. So true. So true, Aklov.
all right. God, this Vietnamese coffee's helped me so much. Okay, good chain. Good 8.
Oh, imagine,
Okay, easy.
imagine
Ah,
just
easy,
like being
dude,
able to
easy.
win. So good.
Those are my favorite ones when I just pop my chain and then my opponent can't do anything because the Q hates them.
Yeah,
I'm
literally.
just like, I skilled. I
That's
outskilled
skill.
them
That is
there.
skill. Correct. Unfortunately, you can't
Um,
say do that against Tetris. So like, every time you beat a Tetris play, it is actual skill.
to just commit, dude, that's insane. Why I don't. Mala, she is crazy for
I
that. I
like
don't
that.
think you should ever
Yeah,
commit like that.
I appreciate like the try. Just do like anything that you can. Do your best.
Yeah, my mood is if you're gonna cheese early, don't make it like a 4 chain. Just do like a big power 2 or 3, and just like
Oops.
pray.
Okay, here's the clean stairs coming out. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. This is
Okay.
gaming. I like it. I like the gaming.
Okay, a little late on the transition, but I think it's okay.
Yep, it's fine. It's fine. Oh no, she's not ready yet. She's not ready. Ah.
Okay, this is something I feel like I've learned from watching Wiz.
Uh-huh.
Is if you build stairs, you build your transition first.
Yeah, I
You
don't
build
know.
that
She kept that like pretty
instantly.
late.
Yeah. Because like once you get covered on pillars, it's so hard to dig back down to them because they're supposed to be your way of digging.
Oh
I don't know how
no.
to pronounce her name, so
It's
I'm just gonna call her Mala.
yeah, Mela's fine too. Although it is just Kai afterwards.
Is it Kai? Because it
Yeah.
in English it'd be, at least in the US it'd be right like Chi.
Yes, it would be, but I have talked to her, so I
Okay.
know.
Okay.
Yeah.
See, okay, man. This
Oh,
is the hard part about multiple languages.
wait,
Wait, this is
wait.
huge.
Winning? Does she get another round?
Oh, I think she does.
Oh, gamer! She's so good. She's cracked. She blocked the transition.
No, that's
She's
nice.
so good.
It's a Bible name, dude. Okay, I may have gone to Catholic school, but it doesn't mean I remember most of it. I had a talk with Hiku
Okay,
about like preparation between short sets and long sets
okay, go on.
because I was talking about how US and France are different because US usually plays shorter sets because right offline events are usually like first to 7, first to 10,
Right.
whereas France runs like a lot longer. And I think a big thing with oh god, that's there's a big
Hmm.
thing with sets like this is all about initial game plan. Like you
Okay.
can cheese out a top player as long as your early game plan is good because 3 rounds, right, to win is not a lot of adaptation
Yeah,
time.
yeah, yeah.
It's a lot of have a solid game plan and hope yours is better
Yes,
on the time.
that
So
makes
like
sense.
but the longer a set goes, because like you can be like, oh, I want a quick three with cheese, but it's like you still have another 3 rounds, so there's still time for a small bit of adaptation.
Yeah.
And I think once you try to go for early attacks and like quick pokes, there's still so much time for Yuki to be like, okay, well now I know what you're doing, so you will not cheese me out this
Yeah,
set.
that's right.
But also, even
Oh.
if me and Hiku don't agree on game plan, it's very funny that we can agree on we both just want to win.
Whoa. The one thing that you
Oh
guys have
god.
found winning.
Our common ground really is just being super competitive and doing whatever it takes to win.
Yeah, I mean, it's interesting because, like, you approach it in different ways. We can come out with, like, very different outcomes regardless, or you can come out with the same outcome because ultimately a first at three is so short that um, sometimes it just, like, pans out in the same way. Whereas, like, a first to 50, like, the variation in results will be more drastic.
Yeah. Sometimes the mind game also starts before the set. I feel like from what I've seen of Mala, she's a very nervous player,
Yeah, that makes
and I
sense.
feel like going into Yuki is like hard not to be nervous. Okay, I do kind of want to watch this though.
Yes, me too. I'm very curious about this one.
Because I my main interest in watching this because there was a conversation between me and a couple other players. I think you were there for this.
Hmm.
I think we had this too about like which Western players would we have sent other than you
Okay,
to
right.
go play Japanese, and
Yes.
I said I opted for Cooperi and Void,
Mm-hmm.
and I think it was you and Feno who said Dan,
Yes.
and my thing for Cooperi was I want to see someone who doesn't just who builds just so crazy different to see like what Japanese players do, and
Yeah.
I felt like Void was like the next strongest Western player.
Yes.
Whereas everyone talks about the Hoover Dan and his aggressive poke, so I want to see what Dan can pull out like here against Yuki.
Hmm. Well, Yuki
And
just
I
had a
know
really good like fundamental form there, so.
yeah, but also like the Dan has adapted this kind of submarine gameplay
Hmm.
because that form he's building is something that you actually see from Saki. And not just Saki, but the Tetris player or the Puyo versus Tetris players in Japan also built
Yeah.
that form
Hmm.
because I stole it from someone else before I started doing it.
That makes sense.
Yeah, it's very good for powers and like diving tails. Like obviously, like naturally, just because it shapes under and he pops from below,
Yes. Yes.
but also can build into like raised tails very easily,
Hmm.
which I think is really good for Dan, who really likes to go for these big power openers early.
Yeah, pretty much.
Okay, if he opts for high, as you should, if you see someone building like, horizontally.
Huh. This is
Oh, this is
interesting.
awkward.
This
I
is
think
where
he used
Dan
one
needs to use
blue.
space advantage. If he can space
Oh
advantage,
wait,
he
this
wins this match, but he like blocked
can you
off a whole
make
column.
Yuki's insane for trying this.
I
What the
know.
heck?
I know.
I like saw the green extension, but I was like, oh, you don't really need to go for those greens. And Yuki's like, nope, I sure do. And I was like, okay.
Yeah.
That was nasty.
Six triple with five in one. Oh, close.
Oh, I was so
Yeah.
close to trade. The actual commit to like continue with the greens from Yuki, and I probably just won him that round. I think if he gone for like the easy solve with the quick green blue extension,
Hmm.
it probably would just been even.
Pino says, think Dan has the best fundamentals between him and Kukri and Void, but his current game plans are very questionable. Yeah, it's just a matter of like his commitment to like his kind of unique playstyle, I suppose, does feel like it is a hindrance
Oof,
since his
that's
fundamentals
rough
would
on
carry
Dan.
him further. But I respect the whole like committing enough that like even if your fundamentals would gain you wins, if it's not gameplay that you enjoy, it's not necessary to pursue that, I guess.
I know Zai's opinion is he believes Dan has the best game plan
Hmm.
between uh at the time you, Void, and Dan. But his issue with Dan is more so his game plan requires such a high amount of skill that's hard to be consistent with.
I think that's what I mean. Yeah, like if he played like a basics fundamentals game, then he'd be able to like go pretty well. But the fact of the matter is that like his chaining types have such variance, and like if you get nice colors it'll resolve nicely, but otherwise you have to be like really really adaptable to the queue to be able to build the way that he does, and sometimes you just don't see the solutions, and that's just how it goes.
It's tough, right? Because like if Dan can figure out how to get that one trash further, right? That would booze pop, but it makes his advantage higher.
Yeah.
I feel like Dan is playing like he is trying to like play like he can compete in the Japanese tournaments, like, and I think that's a good thing.
Hmm.
I think it's good that Dan goes for like these kind of volatile strategies because you're not going to get better if you always play like the simple stuff.
That's right, and like that worked. There you
Like,
go.
right?
In a first to
Yeah.
three you can pull stuff like that because sometimes it'll
Yep.
just work.
Yeah, and that goes to the good game plan, right? Like Dan knows like he likes to do good power openings.
Yeah.
I don't know if Yuki knows that. Yuki can probably get a hint of it now, but is Yuki gonna adapt his builds to a power build like that, right?
Find out
Just
after
off
the
one
buffer
time.
break, I guess, apparently,
Yeah.
because Twitch is so good.
Yeah. My classic got hit start and stop again. Or like refresh the
Uh,
page.
yeah, I'm okay. Wait, if it happens
Oh,
again, I'll
there,
do it.
there. Yeah. You see, like, will Yuki adapt for this? Because when the hell do you see Dan usually do this?
Yeah.
And if I was Yuki, I probably wouldn't, right? It's such a short amount of time. It's a very like kind of build opportunity thing, right?
Hmm.
Because this is clearly like going for a good thorn,
Yes.
very hard to transition off of. I would probably see this and be like, this is a one-time thing. I'll try to just play into a quick chain, and if I
Oh.
get hit by it, go next, right?
Well, last time it was a two chain, so he had time, but this time it was a one chain. So like the fact that it was
Yeah.
shortened made it pretty like dangerous. Hmm.
Yeah, and what I'm saying is like, well, Dan can't like that is a very hard build to get off. It's not going to happen consistently, so I
Yeah.
don't think you should adapt your build for it. I think you just take that loss here and be like, I still have another set to work with, but now I know he might do that.
Yeah. It's interesting. The 301 Yuki is like pretty crazy achievement though. To just be able to say
Yeah,
that he did that, that's crazy.
I agree. Oh, that's actually funny. I didn't realize he was going to take one more trash than Yuki for that.
So funny.
It's actually kind of annoying though, because it technically makes you slower. And it's
Yeah.
like not that it really means that much at this point, but it's like, oh, okay,
Wait,
I guess.
what is he doing? I don't quite understand what Dan's
Ooh,
going
good
for.
tech. A very high. I think this was like to absorb damage and to go into main chain,
Hmm,
but it
confusing.
didn't really work out. 'Cause
Quite
I think he wanted to
confusing.
attack first because he had board advantage over Yuki, and then like just built something to retaliate.
Hmm.
But if you already have board advantage, you don't really have to do that.
Okay, so
We're back
more
at or submarine.
full chain build.
Okay, he figured it out.
Yuki's just playing an efficiency game. Looking to
Yeah,
attack.
and just having
Okay.
trouble resolving this
Triple.
sub.
Oh no, that's like
Oh, you
perfect.
got
That was a
go.
good like free reset for him.
Yeah.
Oh,
Oh, but he
oh,
collected the yellows into his sub to
oh.
make it a trigger. Oh,
Oh
that's the
no, the yellows.
classic.
Wait, no, no, that's
Yeah.
hmm.
Okay, it's so this the reason why this is okay. It was okay in quotes was because he gave himself a shame, but the issue was that he had no way of extending because of how he built those yellows,
Yeah,
which is a very unfortunately common mistake with sub, but thankfully it didn't seem to kill him here.
yeah. This is a you need to get stuff off as fast as possible because you have advantage. Oh,
Yeah, you
okay.
just
Close.
oh nice.
Close.
Yeah, because you can't even clear it. Nice. Yeah, I feel like that was a little scary because dude, that Oop, that yellow conflict from Dan was horrifying.
Yeah.
Nice. I like this.
Okay, clean.
Good form mix-ups and good attack. This is a huge attack if he takes it. Oh, he's not even take it. That's crazy, dude. Dan's insane.
Hmm. It's hard to pivot from here. Oh, he's kind of forced to just like do that. I don't know. That's a lot of resource spending, but I guess. Oh, what?
Yeah. Oh, but Yuki's chain explodes like crazy though.
Hmm, I guess there's no time. Yeah, it was just too much resource
Yeah.
expenditure.
Yeah. I feel like you should have taken the attack sooner, is my initial thought. I
Hmm.
don't know if that's absolutely, I don't know if that's correct, but that's like the instinct I get.
Or just I'm
O-
not sure.
Okay. Cheese potential?
Wait, Yuki is like countering it with his
He's doing
own. That's insane.
That's such a good adaptation
That's
though
a
from
good
Yuki.
mix up. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Needs a
He's
purple. Red. Needs a blue. Okay, okay. Like he's
yeah,
in
just
business.
this is super hot right now, as the kids would say.
Oh no, he should have kept the blues up there to like.
Hmm.
Anyway,
Oh,
okay.
it's a
Well,
good result though. But is Yuki out or not? Okay.
no, that's how it
Yuki's gonna.
works.
Are you
Yeah,
yeah. It's gonna be kind of close.
it's needed.
Oh,
No. Oh, good try, good try.
yeah. Yeah, good effort. And I think that kind of answers the question of what I mentioned before, right? You now know Dan will do that. So do you adapt your board for it? And the answer was Yuki was always watching the start, and as soon as he saw it, he adapted his board.
Yeah, pretty much. Dang. Okay, that was interesting.
Yeah, that was nice. That was good. That was a good set because I think because both players have really strong adaptation. I think
Hmm.
like Dan like bringing out, showing out that his game plans do work, right? Like the giant thorn at the start, his power attacks can work.
Yeah.
I think his main slip ups were on Submarine, where he made unfortunate color inefficiencies and conflicts with the yellows.
Hmm.
So it kind of goes back to like I think Dan's game plans are good. I think long term, I think it will pay off extremely.
Hmm.
I just feel like in the short term, though, it's very easy to say that they don't work.
Yeah. Yeah, that's fair.
But I think that's only if you look at the short term. I think long term, it's going to make Dan extremely dangerous to deal with because if once he does work out the rest of his kinks with like his forms and decision making, I think it'll be really hard to beat because I think the submarine one, like the Tetris one, I'm going to call it,
Hmm.
the single L into like this giant diving tail that's like really flat, is really smart. I think that is a very good for Dan's kind of style. And I think it's a good adaptation because I think it's better than GTR for him because GTR becomes very one-dimensional,
Yeah.
but forms like Submarine and Slug add a lot of variety of what you can do with it. And while it's not like the optimal meta build, I think if you are trying to push your own style, it's kind of like the route you have to go.
Yeah. Yeah. Coin tosser? Yeah, I'd say in his current state, coin tosser is a good way to like his game plan kind of becomes coin toss situation where he can 3-0 an opponent or he can get 0-3'd. Like it's one or the other. Like he kind of has to lie on extreme ends.
Mhm.
And yeah, I think it's very true that same problem as Zanu. Yeah, builds get like all messed up for aggressive resets, but doesn't ever test main chain for your opponent because the idea here is that like I guess being someone who cares enough to like work on your fundamentals, you can have a game plan that is aggressive, but ultimately you need to like also be able to win main chain fights and not just ones that you initiate, but also ones where your opponent like is testing you like, hey, can you catch up to where my main chain is at? Because without that ability, like your gameplay becomes one dimensional, right? You need to be able to play both sides of the game, even if you try and lean into one side of it.
Yeah. And I think for Dan that will change because I feel like we have not seen a lot of submarine for him. He's from
Yeah.
the sets I have played. It seems like this has been a very recent pickup, and I feel like when you leave GTR, your tailing becomes vastly different from what you want to do, especially for the submarine forms. Because I feel like, my opinion, as someone who has built submarine as Slug,
Hmm.
is the two variants of submarine that he builds have vastly different ways you want to prioritize tails.
Hmm.
And you kind of see that when Dan, like, because he noticed instantly when he misdropped that yellow. So he's clearly aware of it.
Yeah.
So I have faith in the Dan process because I would put him in a similar field as like me, you, Hiku, and Dan in the terms that we are very analytical of how we want to look at the game.
Yes, I agree. I think he has a lot of potential for growth, but it's just a work in progress is all.
Yeah. I wonder if we will get a Hiku set on stream.
That would be sick.
I don't think a year is a lot of time for reform, in my opinion.
Oh, avoid that.
Especially when you still build GTR and don't commit to the form. I want to watch a Void set.
Yes, me too.
I'll watch a Void set. Watch a Void
Yes.
set. He knows the tails. If he knows the tails, he wouldn't make mistakes with it in match. That's the reality.
Okay.
Like you can know the tails, like you can like read the book at all the time, but you're still gonna make mistakes. Like I still like he can still makes mistakes, right? Everyone does, but it's about making sure you make those mistakes like less than 99% of the time.
Okay. I thought it was just me whose like main
Ooh.
chaining was a bit weird this tournament. I think everyone's is a little messed up. I don't know what exactly the cause is, but like Active's main chaining seemed a little less efficient than usual. Void was telling me that he felt like it was quite inefficient this set, and then not this set, but this tournament. And then Dan's you could see was also not very high chain. So like I don't know what happened to the entire Western community, but our main chains were like a bit crumbly.
I
Just
think
food for
I actually
thought.
have a take on that.
Mm-hmm.
I
Go
think
on.
it's because we play so many larger sets. Like, and this is a small set tournament. This is not
Yes.
typically what the only person who plays small sets is like me because I
Mm-hmm.
play offline,
Right.
and like Riona because he also plays offline, right?
Mm-hmm.
When you go into short sets and you're so used to having a lot of time to adapt, it's very easy to fall into comfort because you usually feel like you have that space to adapt and change how you build. But in small sets, you don't have that. You just have to have, the better game plan. And the issue is when it's also small sets, you get punished a lot faster.
Hmm.
The sets end a lot faster, and there's a lot more pressure to not make mistakes.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like, people talking about the Japanese players like, oh, they play first to 20s, and, in the Oya League and the Hisha. But
Hmm.
you have to remember, Sega official events for a long time were really trash first to twos,
Yes.
right? Like they have experience. It's not just like, oh, they only play first to 20. It's like they have a lot of tournaments with a lot of different formats. So for first to ones or like first to threes like this are not uncommon experiences.
That's
And I
true.
feel like for the we used to get a lot of that kind of experience, but even then in our smaller tournaments they were still, first to five, first to seven, first to 10. First to three I think is out of the comfort zone because we all kind of meme on it as like, oh, it's just ranked. But that's the issue because you subconsciously don't take it seriously
Hmm.
that it will eventually affect your gameplay. And wow,
Hmm.
Murray,
Interesting.
and Murray plays kind of insane, actually, by the way. From what
Hmm. I'll think about that. In the meantime, I have to praise Void's L-shaped chaining is so clean. I
right?
haven't seen any other Western player who's gotten as good at L-shape as him. He reminds me of like Matyan is another player who like really strongly does like amazing L-shape efficiency builds. Void is starting to get to that point, I think. It's very like amusing for me to watch his
Uh,
builds. They're so nice. They look so nice.
I agree. Back like what was it, 2 years ago? I
Uh-huh.
remember one of my critiques for Void was like, I feel like he just bring out his raised L shape more. I feel like
Yeah.
that's one of his biggest strengths. when he was winning like everything besides like you. It was always like Void and Yoshi trade tournaments.
Yeah.
Void Yoshi he and then fight, and then Void brings out his raised L shape and he gets like an insane round from
Yeah,
it.
yeah, yeah.
I would consider like one of his like personal picks. Like like kind of like how some people when they play games they have, like that character pocket pick.
Yeah,
I think
yeah.
of raised L shape as like his pocket pick.
That's good.
Ooh, it's gonna be rough though. The color
Uh,
conflict Q is just not nice for it.
no yellows. Although even then, he like didn't. He wasn't in a very good position to like extend his chain. Like after this attack, let's see, let's see. So he commits yellow, and then like I don't know. This is a bit weird. Like, how do you even extend this? I'm not sure
I
what he was
think you
going
actually
for.
have to I think you have to split yellows here because if you go back to it
Yeah,
um so right after this
maybe
attack
here. Yeah.
like right here because like as soon as you commit the double pill here you're locked in to yellow blue no matter what.
Hmm.
And the only way to like kind of hope for better efficiency is you actually split the yellows into 1, 2.
Mm-hmm.
It technically eats up time, but you don't fall into this I need specific color. So you're kind of giving up time at the start of your rush build to get easier time later,
Yeah, I guess
if that
not
makes sense.
splitting it makes it like this is more awkward
Yeah,
than
because then
not
you have to
splitting.
like spend the blue to cover up the green, so you have a much safer
Yeah.
build pattern.
That's
Because
hard.
like yeah, because like unfortunately, because you still put blue purple there, right? And like
Hmm.
it'll uncover, but you still have your alt for like purples. But once you put third purple there, you are screwed because you are completely dependent on the queue.
Yeah, that's pretty. That's just like a stuck situation.
And you can say like, and if this is my POV, because
Hmm.
goes back to shorter sets.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like this is the set is short. I'm about to lose. I need to do something fast. So you
Hmm.
opt for what feels comfortable.
Right.
And I feel bad because I feel like I'm being like super critical about like Western players' short sets, and like it's something I would also struggle in because I feel like it seems like I'm being like very direct on Void, but it's not. It's kind of like an everyone thing.
Hmm.
It just happens to be like the topic during the Void
Yeah, yeah,
set.
yeah. No, I think that's
But
fair though. Like because we're not practiced in it, there's some level of like mental that we haven't acquired for these short sets.
yeah, like look at the blue issue on Void GTR already.
I guess is like trying to get like
Okay, coins
free
up.
cleanup time.
Yeah, it worked out though.
Interesting.
I think yeah, it's kind of like scary though because that's gonna be dangerous, right? Like if Nomura had and Mura, I couldn't Nomura question mark. Uh, if they had noticed that, right? Like that could have been a punished blue, like very
Oh
easily.
yeah, like if they had just main chain ready, they would have won. Okay.
It's,
Good piece
okay,
management
I like
from
what we're seeing.
Void. That's really nice.
Agree. And Mura has like this kind of higher build, so I
Uh,
can dig, but like there's nothing like immediately aggressive here.
they kind of have to commit to main chain now. So Void's doing a good job of pushing out main chain, but it's just a matter of can he get his main chain caught up to capitalize on.
It's looking good.
Is it enough though?
Oh yeah. Oh wait, the versatility didn't resolve, so this actually probably it could be
Yeah,
enough.
yeah. If it did resolve, maybe it's trouble,
Yeah.
but I think this is actually quite solid.
Yeah, this is good from Wood. Oh
Nice.
my god.
Very
Okay,
nice.
yeah, you were right though. If Mura's tail had completed correctly, it would not have been enough.
Yeah. Wow, 60k exactly. How satisfying.
Actually, it's super satisfying. My god. R slash oddly satisfying. Okay, not bad. Kind of awkward. That's not even awkward. Sorry, I think misread Void's thing and I caught myself. I was like, wait, just kidding.
This is where if Void had main chain
Ooh.
gamed, I think he would. Oh yeah, well, I mean that's impossible. I didn't even read the fact that it was going to break, but you can see here
Yeah.
that you can like tell that Animura is totally like bonkers chain, right? If you just
Hmm.
like if you just set off like main chain from here, I think he would have been in a good spot because the only way you complete main chain here is if you put a purple and then a red. If you get a purple red, oh, you get like a free chain. But otherwise, you can't put purple with anything else here. Oh, I guess you can double
Yeah.
purple as well. But yeah, that's like so much
It
RNG. This is
and it
vulnerable.
also just looks like the build is just screams, "I want to punch you in the mouth" kind of build.
Literally.
Like it's so high on 4-5. Like this is
Yeah.
clearly an attack because of the pillars. But it's also, I guess, hard because I think maybe it was like afraid that if this attack resolves quickly, then Murray can just like rebuild really
Main
fast. But I don't know
chain.
if you have much more
Yeah.
choice in this spot.
Yeah.
I think you just have to send main chain down.
Yeah. I think if he had cycled over to blue purple, then he could have set off blue, yellow, purple, yellow, blue, yellow. And that's like an
Yeah.
8, 9 chain or something, which is solid.
Really hard to see in the moment though.
I mean, this bit down here is like
Yeah.
impossible to see. That's so hard to read.
Yeah.
That's just unlucky.
Yeah, that was just I don't know how Void was gonna supposed to read that.
Yeah,
But I mean, it's not bad because you still have 2 rounds to work with, and
that's
like you're still
true.
on like a round point.
Yeah.
This is a really good set though. I like it's like the thoughts coming from it.
Yes, I think so too.
Yeah, it's kind of rough on the purples because now you're forced to build high. Okay, so resolves though.
Okay.
Ooh, okay, good counter. I do find it interesting that the attacks in this set have been more about length than they have been about like the power
Quick
though.
power. Yeah, that's true.
Oh, okay, that's fine. Because I feel like a lot of systems have opted more for power chains now
Oh.
than the length.
Oh no. I think he got scared.
Yeah, eight's not going to be enough if one knows it.
'Cause that is
It
wow.
Yeah, this is like a personal player preference. I feel like topping out kind of sucks. I feel like sometimes you just need to take the moment and let the trash slowly drop so you can like recollect yourself.
Yeah.
I don't know if Void's that kind of player though, because I know like some players just prefer to just go right back into it, and which is like totally valid.
Oh, this is so
There's like
awkward.
no purples.
Oh, and the reds even. Oh,
Yeah, and it's
what do you
like
do? What do you do? There's no purples. What
yeah,
happened?
there's nothing you can do about
Huh?
this.
Hello,
Like
game. Game
you
broken.
just got our game RNG. Like there's no other way to put
Uh,
it. It's so bad right now.
oh, what is going on? There's still no purples. Oh, oh.
Yeah. Unfortunately, this was like I would call an RNG round where you committed purples as like the only thing that
Uh,
transitions, and Murray just
uh,
happened not to, and you just got screwed over.
that hurts so much. I hate that. That's so disgusting.
Yeah, because it's like very rare. The only thing I think that could happen out of that is just have to build like some sort of reversible, but what are you supposed to do? Like, how are you supposed to recognize, like, oops, no purples will show up in the next 16 pieces?
So evil.
It is, man. That sucks. I feel like, yeah, Void has some. I didn't feel like he should have lost that round from that, man. That
Hmm.
was actually heavily scammed.
Yeah. Okay.
But this, are you good? Did you above it?
That's just sad. I'm just sad.
Okay. But let's hug it out. Let's hug it
So
out.
true. Soon, TM. Soon,
Drew,
TM.
oh my God.
Yeah.
Dude, I can't actually wait to do like live reviews when you're over in
So
my apartment. It's
high.
gonna be so much fun.
So high.
It's kind of interesting to see that KZN has been active again.
Yeah, I think they've like found some time in their life for Puyo again, so they've decided to hop on board, which is very exciting. Hey, Harry.
Yeah, I think the last I heard of KZN was like they wrote in the Discord, finished my gamer PC. See ya, like never. And then then I think all the stuff was saying happened. They're like, wait, just kidding, guys. I'm here to win, which I respect, right? Like if now that there's like something on the line, like I would have sold out back. I would have come back to you. I would have sold out too. Very interested though to see like, ooh, okay, that's rough.
Hmm.
Oh, rep
Hmm.
not on that. Oh my God.
Yeah,
Okay,
this is very
man. I'm not sure
interesting.
what's happening there.
See you, Red. Thanks for popping by. Yeah, okay. So Kasian, very strong fundamentals player, to be honest. I think that's my gathering from him. He can main chain really well, he can attack pretty like cleanly and leave himself in good spots to extend. I think
Yeah,
he's actually quite scary.
I agree. I know everyone kind of attributes KZN to that one center set where he just out dug everything.
Hmm.
I think he's incredibly good at like digging through trash. Like, he can see things ahead very easily, though I don't know if he can dig through this.
Yeah, that maybe not
Yeah.
that one. How did he beat you? Or did you just want to duck Funichan? Oh no, oh no, being exposed. No, no. Um not the history. I'm trying to remember exactly what it was, but I don't know. I'm gonna have to review the set and think about it because in the moment I was just I, like a crying face emoji in real life. So
What a crazy raised build from KZN, though.
that's weird.
I am not sure what happened this set. The like, last two rounds, yeah, awkward.
I don't even have any comments for those. It was just weird, man. It was just weird.
Yeah, there's nothing to really say. I think KZN just played bad.
Unfortunately. Hi, Sendokame. Hi, hi.
Okay, much cleaner build this time. Feels like a tiny bit awk, but like it's not bad.
Okay, so this is like a clean attack. Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
you
And
dig.
then he can. Oh, no, he didn't realize that it was like cut short, I guess. Hmm. What? No. What?
Normal.
What? What? What is going
Only
on?
one road
Why is this set
damage,
so
baby.
weird?
Yeah, what the hell happened here, dude? This is a funny set.
Uh, oh,
Wait, what a gamer.
what?
He's alive. He just said Shane. Oh, he's not going
Wait,
with you.
what is he
Okay, why not?
doing?
Okay.
No, no. I can't.
Expertly done.
It's the people the aura, obviously. Obviously.
What a beautiful set. I don't know what I was supposed to take from away from that, but it certainly wasn't anything.
I have no idea. This is just weird. What is the lore behind Pipinir alt? What does that mean?
He's all team. Okay. Did KZN lose this set?
Uh,
Don't remember.
no.
This is loser side. I know he didn't make top 16, right?
Oh, actually,
He did lose this
maybe he
set.
did lose.
Okay, yeah,
Oh
he
wait.
did lost it.
Okay.
I checked.
Oops.
Okay, well, it feels like okay, the build's cleaner this time. Kind of.
Just does all the Pipinir builds. I see. I see. Okay.
Okay, there's still
He's being super
pokies.
aggressive.
Yeah, I'm not sure how I describe the first set other than just kind of slop. Maybe
Hmm.
tiredness, nerves.
Could
And
be.
I mean, top 16 nerves is a real thing.
Yeah.
I mean, top, especially like a big overseas event, like totally reasonable to be nervous.
Maybe he spent too much energy on me.
Alice, that is a real thing. Like unironically, like when you put all your energy into one set and you have to go like next and you just spent it all.
Yeah.
Because when you take a giant win, it's so easy to like pop off and just like be like, "Whew, okay, I need to calm down." But then you realize, "Oh, I'm not supposed to calm down. I need to kind of keep it going."
Yeah, that's right.
Mun is really just constantly pushing the pokes. I feel like they realize that KZN's builds aren't solid right now,
Yeah, they
and that they can kind
probably.
of just keep going for these small attacks.
Yeah.
Because when I just like think of the characteristics of KZN, it's that ability to dig and have clean builds is just like his greatest strength just is not there in this set.
Yeah, usually he's quite good at keeping his chains like clean, but he's just been a bit with the set. It probably was some combination of like nerves and or tiredness or something like that. It's hard to say.
Yeah, because like even now his tail, I have like no clue how that
Yeah, I
works.
mean it just doesn't work. Like he has like a 5 chain right now. I'm not even joking. Like, unfortunately,
Yeah,
that just I don't know. It
yeah.
went weird.
I, yeah, it just feels bad to always be like, well, this player just played slump, and it just
Yeah,
sounds so
I
rude,
hate to
but
say
kind of is
that,
true.
but it's just unfortunately the reality. Actually, Mono's chain like
Oh wait,
exploded too, so maybe this is good enough. Maybe.
that's true. Sometimes you don't have to play your best; they just have to play worse.
Okay, yep, it's great.
Right, there you go.
You know
Thumbs
what? I think
up.
both players here are a little bit goofy this set. To be fair,
That's fair. I mean,
weird.
Mon is on the weaker side of JP players, right? Like he's the like
Yeah.
the high level JP player. Like the build differences, like are there? Like you can see the influence, right? Like how he chooses to prioritize his tail differently compared to Western. But it's a lot
Um,
slower. Like he has to think about it more. It's not instinctive.
yeah, exactly. But sometimes like a if you're thinking but you're playing really efficient, then oh no,
What is
then like
happening?
that's good enough.
Why didn't you use the double yellows?
So his chain
Wait, did I miss it?
is
I was.
explode. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Oh, that's why.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
I totally missed that because I was trying to figure out how Ma's chain resolved.
It needed really specific color. You can't buffer with blue. You can't buffer with purple
Yeah,
or yellow. You need a red, which is like one of the worst color dependencies you can run
yeah.
into.
Ma's chain wasn't that much better too. I think it's only because they saw that and they're like, I'm just gonna
Yeah,
go.
just go exactly. Hi Hiku. Well. Punishment for unclean chains, I guess.
I will say, Mon had an insane losers run when I'm looking at this bracket.
Right? Is that so?
He lost to Mindy Puyo round
Oh,
one,
what? Huh?
and then had to then beat Dore Mi WizKid KZN to get in the top
What?
16.
That's insane. Actually, wow, nuts
Dude,
gameplay.
the insane dude, return. He was like, "Wait, guys, I'm supposed to be good at this game," and win ran
That's
real
so
quick.
goofy.
Okay, I don't think I'm also noting from KZN. He's building a lot of, like the pillars that we've talked about before, right? Like
His green
these big
cards.
three
No,
pillars.
his chain was gonna be so
Yeah,
efficient. Oh,
it's a shame.
he had an 11. No. Yeah, I think Kasian just like stumbled the set, unfortunately.
Yeah. It's such a shame because I'm so used to seeing him so much cleaner from KZN. And the
Yeah.
worst part is like when we talked about like the pillars on both sides, he did the right thing, right? He had pillars on left and he had U shape on the right. He just unfortunately fumbled a little bit.
Yeah. That's so rough.
Oh, yeah, and both sets are just
No,
unfortunate.
that's sad.
But insane losers run from one, I'll have to say. I'll go with
Yeah,
that, dude.
very true. That's pretty wild.
But I feel like one kind of got handed a W there.
Maybe he just doesn't know the tales. I wouldn't know. I haven't seen enough of his gameplay to see if he's experimental. But it's true that Kizian usually does do like pretty straightforward builds.
Not yet. We have yet to get to one because they have not been on stream. We were
Yeah, where
gonna
the heck
pick
are
and
your
choose.
things, Hiku?
Yeah, because we've legit just been watching every set so far.
Yeah, or most of them at least. Hey, it's funny matchup. Wait, this is by the time we got to top. Was yours in? Oh yeah, no. Hiku was on the other side of the top 16 losers, I think.
Okay.
Wait,
You
wait,
want to just
wait.
skip this one? We
Yes,
can
we are
save
going to go
this.
find Hiku now. Good
Yeah,
timing,
let's find
Hiku. You
Hiku.
came in at a good time.
Everyone knows all Yoshi sets are reviewed off stream for confidentiality.
You're on the French stream. Oh, did you show up on this one? If not, yeah, I'll pull that one up as well. But just because I'm on this
Yeah,
VOD.
oh, that's right. They had two streams. I forgot.
Yes. Villain Rick. Okay, hold on. Yeah, maybe not. at all on this side. Okay, let's.
You want to save the timestamp for this one and then go to the other stream then?
Yes, hold on. Let me just check where. Hold on. Stream is going to disappear. Let me link it. Thank you, Hiku. You're the
Thank you,
best.
Hiku.
You're the goat. I guess I'll tag this one here for later.
Also, I see your comment, Fenna, about the tail thing. Stay mad.
Huh? Shouldn't Riley Lizard be the tail expert? I feel like that comes with the territory, right?
I'm getting better at it.
Hehe.
Why we skip Yoshi? Because I told him I'd review his strats off stream.
Yeah. Riley's keeping the info private. Sorry guys, I already give out so much player data every single day that I stream this video game.
Yeah. Okay.
Hold on,
This is the French stream.
was it timestamped correctly? Oh, at 41 minutes. Okay,
Uh,
gotcha. No. Let me go. Let me just make sure this is set up for
when
later. Come on.
when I'm in danger, I build GTR against Tony, and
Uh-oh.
then win the grand finals.
Have fun, Linus. I see. That's dangerous. It's just kind of like...
Yeah.
I'm just like making sure. Blah, blah, blah.
Okay.
Come on. Okay, this is here for later. Great.
Yeah. Should we go to this very start of the France VOD or?
So Hiku's match is the one we're going to watch because his performance is going to get evaluated by us.
Dude, Rick is on the grind right now. I've had like 3 pings from Rick in matchmaking.
Yeah, it's interesting. No, Hiku, I mean, we're scoping around for the before top 16 matches. We're looking at pools matches right now anyway. So like the other stuff was going to break into top 16. So it was actually the perfect time to switch to the other VOD. So like thumbs up actually.
We have like 3 days of review to do.
Yes, that's right. So don't worry. We'll get into top 16 later.
Yeah.
Hold on.
Then we can just go back after this one. We can just go to the start of the VOD, see which one we missed.
Exactly. Wait.
There's Dan. Oh.
I didn't know this was the matchup. What? Oh yeah, I remember talking about this matchup. Yes, during my stream, I was like, "Oh, this is so like insane."
This will be a fun one because especially after we just reviewed Dan. So
yes, it'll be fascinating to see if his game plan is the same at the beginning of the tournament.
I would assume so. It kind of goes back to the coin tosser talk, and if Hiku will lock in to redeem himself after the France tournament.
Whoa, Riley.
Okay,
bringing
Dan,
up history.
That's dude. Come on, dude. Everyone always brings up my history when I get my ass beat. It's only fair.
Okay, this is very sus main chain building from both of them, TBH.
Okay, yeah.
Because
Dan at
mostly
least
good.
recognized that his attack wasn't gonna work though, so I will give him some brownie points there.
No third floor chaining, guys. What happened to your second transition? What happened to top Western players who build their chains really good and get 90k plus chains? We're never going to compete with the JP players like this. 71k. You need 20 more k on that. No, I'm just kidding. Sorry, I'm throwing shade for no reason. Riley made me do. His attitude just spread into me. Oh, I'm not usually like this.
He's learning from his coach.
I'm turning toxic.
Okay, I think a media takeaway, kind of like a media coin flip talk that we've seen from Dan.
Yes.
At least compared to Yuki set, he was not as hard committal. He swapped off it. Where I think in Yuki set, he just kind of committed to it completely.
Yes, it seems like he's not so much here.
But because this is a winners round 1 and Yuki's was in losers, the Yuki thing could have been an adaptation based on this set.
Yeah, okay. We'll see.
So we should kind of, I think we have to kind of look at this as if we did not watch the Yuki set yet, if that makes sense.
Okay. Okay, that's some of the
Hmm.
cleanup
Not
move.
very much.
I think
I
Hiku's looking
think,
to just clean up.
yeah, but it's such a good poke because Dan had to spend like his it trigger for it, and it still covers anyways.
Yeah. Dan did have resource advantage, but like Hiku sort of dictated the rhythm of the game.
Yeah, he did such a good job at like hitting Dan at a time where he couldn't stop his trigger, like because he's Dan knew it too, like he just couldn't go attack.
Yeah.
Okay, so a pretty standard subtail, like nothing crazy. We like to see that. No cuts. He look good. I need a yellow though at some point. We're just gonna go for a big. For it's kind of a big commit for submarine because your transition is now gone.
Oh boy. Oh boy. Oh boy. Yeah, well,
Oh, okay,
you do what
nice.
you have to, I
That's fire.
guess.
Yeah, that's why I don't play in tournaments for that I run anymore. Hiku, I've learned it just kills your health, but I still
He had to
respect that you
play.
still do it too.
He had to. He needs the points. He needs to get the three
That's
points which
true.
every single Western player got, even if he lost in round one and even if he got to top 16.
Wait, that's kind of sad
Because
actually.
we didn't hit 64. We got 62 players, so then it would have been top 8, though, not top 16. So either way, you need a lot of players for top 16 to count.
You know what's so funny? It's probably because me and Riona went to the furry con. It didn't
Wait,
sign
hold on a
up.
minute. That would have been two more people. Oh,
Because I was there with a couple other Puyo players.
hold
I
on.
was there with me, Riona, Toto, Skyfire was there.
What the heck? So many.
Uh, we had a handful of Puyo and Tetris players.
That's crazy, man. I was gonna say though, the only people who would have gotten points would have been Red and TJD. So actually, it kind of helped because now we don't have to be lower than these guys. We're all even.
Oh my God, NA griefing the standings by sending their top players to convention instead of tournament.
That's insane.
Okay.
Oh yeah, the
With
evaluation on the
that
sides. Yeah, it's pretty cool. Hmm?
I feel like Dance Subtail was much cleaner this set than it was the Yuki one though.
Yeah, I think
I was kind of
generally he's
crazy
just
with
playing
it.
cleaner.
Yeah, it could be tired because like if I remember, Gummy Assault was much earlier than we usually play, right?
Yes, yes, it was. It's
'Cause-
so that it wouldn't get too
'cause-
late for Japan time.
yeah, and Dan's usually a night owl, so I don't know if he actually slept for this.
It really depends because I think his sleep schedule like rotates around the clock, right? So I'm not sure what part of his
Yeah,
schedule it was on for this case.
if you never sleep, you never have to worry about it, I guess. Yeah, I like this tail from Dan
Yes,
because then he can
very
just opt to
clean.
bring in reds late.
Oh, that's
Okay.
sneaky. That's sneaky.
Oh, but Hiku still had an attack ready.
I guess the difficult thing is that like, how would you improve Hiku's like chain build there? Because I don't even know what I'd do there. Like, what went wrong? It's difficult for me to say.
Like this is just
That's
good
fine,
extension,
right?
and yeah, I think it's fine. It's just
I
Dan
don't
decided to
know.
attack, and I think the green's fine too because like, you can still dig out with the green
I
there
guess so. It's
because
just,
like once this digs down, right, it's like two trash here actually doesn't work that bad because you have the purples, and now you're technically already built back up.
I guess it's fine then. I wasn't sure if he could have
Yeah.
done something better, but okay, you know what, Hiku, you played the round perfectly according to Riley, so that's okay.
Oh, I just feel like Dan went aggressive, and your initial game plan was already a pretty solid extension with a good green to like dig out with. It's just kind of awkward, I think, at that point. I guess your other opt is like you just don't do the same color transition, you look for a different one.
Yeah, it's one of those things that I talk about like splitting commitments where you don't want to like commit two colors in two different parts of your chain that are like important. Because here the green was the base of the tail and it was the base of the multiple stack, right? So in that case, oh, but the thing is, the reason you do that is because you can't multiple stack with any other colors across. I don't know, man. It's something that I'm still trying to like
Oh,
understand the theory of in my brain, but it's so difficult.
I think sometimes as well, you have to recognize with some tournament sets is the idea here is not what you do better in this situation. It's what you do better before it. Because
Mm-hmm.
like steps led to this situation, right? And it's like sometimes maybe it could be like different stages earlier, like when things could have been noticeable. Like, so like right here, nothing's that different. So you can kind of keep going. There's no clear attack from Dan, and there's no clear finish chain,
Yeah, that's true.
right?
I guess it's just kind of like got a bit unlucky on green draws, to be honest.
But like right here is like where you have to be careful with submarine because once Dan commits to like the common ground of green purple, the strong part about submarine's tail is it's very good with avalanche, which can
Mm.
transition to quick two chains.
Mm-hmm.
And so you kind of play the gamble on shorter sets of do I want to think about that or do I want to just kind of go for my efficient game plan? And
Yeah,
in one
okay.
round, you can't really just make a giant detour, right? Because it's only been one round.
Yeah. Mm.
So I think at some point you kind of just like you say like, oh, quote's unlucky, but it really is just like, okay, Dan went for something that was just a good attack read. And I think the takeaway from the round is like, what can I do differently the next round? Like, should I still look for that kind of same kind of transition, or should if he goes for sub, or should I look for something
Mm-hmm.
maybe more safer, just focus on my tail until I can build like a safer transition? Because right, like 3 rounds is not a lot. Like, and I
Yeah.
don't think that's the format Hiku plays that much. So I think you don't really have to swap your game plan right away, anyways. You can kind of just be like, let's feel it out. It's only was one round.
Yeah.
I think the worst thing you can do in a short set is to get into your own head and be like, oh God, they hit me with this and I immediately die.
Yeah.
Do I have to change something?
Yeah. That's fair. It's a pretty nice efficiency game from
Yeah.
both sides, to be honest.
Yeah. And look at how nice this tail is. Like, actually, a trigger attempt. It's like good attack. 60 is a lot of damage here, too. Like, that's
Whoa, whoa,
not.
whoa, 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 whoa. Oh, whoa, whoa, whoa,
Ooh.
whoa. Gamer, that
That
was
was
so
spicy.
clean. That was so clean. I don't know if those links are necessary, but like they're it's fun anyway. Yeah, no, they were not necessary. What a flex.
I think you still do
86k.
it, though,
That's more
right?
like it. Oh, oh, so
Yeah.
nice.
And I think it's still worth it because even you just play safe against Dan extending, right? You just take the
Just to be
life that you
sure,
need.
yeah, exactly. I just wasn't sure if the colors would be drawn, and there was no way to like access the trigger. Like it was a trigger blocking thing, which I was scared about. I was like, you need the colors.
Yeah, and that kind of goes back to do you deviate from your game plan? Sometimes the answer is no, you don't.
Yeah. Oh. Okay,
Oh, the blues are
interesting.
still nice. Easy dig though.
Wait, huh? What's the purple on top doing? Oh, whoa. Okay, cool. I
Yeah,
wasn't
well,
thinking about
like
that.
I called it. I called it easy dig. How did I know? How am I so good at these?
Oh, just drought. Just drought. So easy. So easy. So skill.
Told you, dude. It's so easy.
Man.
Good job. Oh, that's like I think you never underestimate the power of pillars above trash.
It's so
Like
true,
it is
though.
so good.
It's so good.
That's like one of the reasons why stairs is so hard for newer players to dig out of, or sorry, to cover because most players can't handle builds that just dig really easily.
Okay, that's interesting choice because Dan's chain is very clean. Oh, maybe he just didn't
Oh,
understand how Dan's chain works. It's a bit confusing to be fair, because the fact that the green is layered here instead of there, and then yeah, maybe just a misread.
well, definitely seems like mystery. 'Cause I feel like that submarine build is just kind of clean.
Yeah,
Good trigger.
good build from Dan.
And it kind of goes back to like submarine's just good at like the one thing I was talking about with, like Slug 2 is like you have multiple trigger points. You have a lot more flexibility in like what your keyforms can be.
I just also realized neutralization. Do you use the exact word in English as well? I mean, sorry, in French as well. That's funny.
So I'm curious like how this will go. Will Dan will for more sub, which he is. I think that's a fair adaptation given that
Okay.
he's gaining a lot of success with it.
Yeah, yeah, he's successful in his main chaining right now.
But the tail is a lot different from the other sets. So if you make it work, but good attack. The yellow is okay, man. That's all fucked up. That
Uh,
digs Hiku so far down.
wow. This dig gameplay is solid.
Yeah, God, the yellows coming out. I think Dan overcommitted. I think once he who get double yellows is like that far down. I think you gotta just keep building.
If you hit with something
Like,
like this, you need to like follow up immediately because it's still
well, here is also like
like
double yellow. Here is like nasty.
but if he had one chained, I think it would have covered it, right?
It would have been close. Yeah, I think you could have still got it in. It kind of depends because like this is where like latency becomes weird. I think if he's a little bit faster, then yeah, it covers. It kind of just depends on if that Puyo drop locks down in time.
Yeah, that's true. I think in general though, it really is like if you've got your opponent in this position, they
I
need
think keep going,
time to
yeah.
dig. So yeah, like you want to be able to do like a big chain, but the thing is he can't access his three chain until he does the one chain, which is the only reason I'm even suggesting the
Yeah.
thorn in the first place. But
Also, you could do double thorn here, I think, and
that's
it'll still be
true.
fine. Because, or I guess it's like thorn into two, and like that's still enough, I think.
I would be hesitant just because of the fact that like it's not much garbage. Oh, maybe it's
Well, the
okay.
thing like, because like the thorn should like cover up the yellow. Like you only need one, so you only need a quick follow up at that point.
That's true.
Right? Because this is nice. The pillar is good, and this is like kind of just like the double yellow comes in because I don't think 13th rows are clear covered, but that's like okay
Mm,
still.
yeah, okay.
I do think Dan gets, or so I do think he does get the double yellow, even if Dan thorns though.
I just
I
like
think it looks like Dan tried to like finish off because he was hoping he wouldn't get those yellows.
that's fair. I guess the finishing off though just took too long.
Yeah,
And that was my problem with it.
I think you're right though. You should go for the thorn if you want the finish. Otherwise, you just continue building chain
Hmm.
because Hiku won't be able to get to main chain right away, so you just build something bigger.
Hmm.
What the hell is this? Okay, GTR.
Plenty of time to build a 12. I mean, like, you either have to lean in one direction or the other. And I think it's the fact that DDR Dan was, I don't know why I said this for me just then, was, yeah, you have to either choose to follow up immediately or you have to commit to a really big chain. Um,
Yeah.
but he kind of just, like, went in between and made the 4 chain instead. And it was like, oh, that's
Yeah.
trouble.
Yeah, I do like that you called him by like as if you're his parental guardian. DDR Dan, what are you doing?
Yeah, you can do better than this.
Yeah. That's probably a really important round for Dan though, that he could kind of drop the ball there.
Yeah, exactly.
All right, back to sub, which I think is good. Okay, Hellfire potential. Oh my god. No one ever takes it because
Because it would have been unsafe there.
yeah, it'd be
Oh,
super
oh
unsafe.
no. You blocked a bit too
Okay.
much there. Too much committing. Yeah, see, that's
Arching
what
it
I mean.
down.
Like,
See,
you
there
need
you
to
go.
follow up quickly. And even if, like, Kiku is digging now, the fact that, like, you're pressuring means that this is more of a reset situation, which I think is safer than if you hadn't attacked.
It's like concept versus execution. Like
Hmm.
the concept is right, and sometimes unfortunately they still get the dig down anyways.
Well, but even then, is this enough? Maybe not.
I don't think so.
There's 8 there plus 6 in the seventh lane. It's close. Okay. Oh, it was a
You
misdrop
definitely
Kiku?
need an eight.
No, no wonder. That's so rough.
Okay, yellows are huge here. But you just need a purple.
Oh. Oh.
We did not know purple. Oh, yeah, there they are. Ow.
Frustration.
Short sets, baby. Okay, this kind of comes down to it. I feel like the Dan move would be to go for something super aggro, but I don't know if we'll see that in SGTR.
Yeah. Yeah, this is very normal now.
I feel like you don't want to handshake Hiku on like last round.
Hmm. That's
I
true.
feel like
Hiku might like efficient game too hard and then like you're dead. Cause like look at
yeah,
this.
like
This is so
that
efficient.
that is way too late into like a one clear. I feel like we just got the coin toss a little bit. Oh, that's unfortunate. Yeah.
Done.
That attack had to come much sooner.
Exactly. Otherwise Hiku's extremely strong at main chaining well.
Yeah. What was the set before Hiku and Dan?
Yeah, let's find out. Actually, yeah, let's just check from
Yeah.
here-ish.
What's a Pog? What's that Pog set?
Remika and Lolo's room.
I could watch this.
Let's find
I
out.
actually don't know Free Mecha that well. Wait, aren't they on commentary too? That's so funny. Oh no, it's the Lin.
Let's
Lo Shroom is such an interesting player to me.
yeah, elaborate.
Um, they how much? So I used to play with them a lot before I took my break,
Okay.
and my mood with Lolo Shroom is that they have very solid fundamental builds, but I feel like there's a point where they just tilt.
Hmm, okay, I see.
And
Hold on. This is actually the first set.
okay,
Well,
okay,
we
so
can
it's not.
probably I guess if they're on
Oh,
stream again, we'll
okay,
just go
there.
to next one.
Yeah, you go next one. We go next.
Unless it's because they
I think
have
Lolo is like not very solid.
wait, hold on. No. Wait. Maybe
They had Lolo's name wrong.
oh, oops, sorry. I'm silly, guys. Me when I
No, you're
can't
fine, you're fine.
read.
It's okay. I think Lolo plays very standard. I feel like they're trying to find that like break into like how to play um high level because I know they haven't played that much competitive Puyo. Like they that play obviously is one thing,
Yeah.
but you kind of see right. This is a very GTR tutorial kind of gameplay.
It's pretty efficient though.
Anyway, yeah. The issue is I don't think is efficient. It's like this is the hesitations into
Yeah. They missed the AC. If they put the
trying to
green
build
here,
her.
it would have been AC. Oh well, that's okay. That's not Matian? Yeah. I was like, oops. I was like, why is Matian not building L shape? I was so confused.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Lolo is definitely a nerves player too.
Hmm.
Once like the pressure is on, I feel like Lolo plays worse.
Let's see. Let's see.
Okay. Good reps. Oh, don't really like that though. Because now your tail is so awkward.
Hmm.
Yeah, God, there's like the new player thing too. It's like okay, it's like okay, clean up.
Wait. Oh no. Rough. Is that plus one? Oh, I knew it. I knew
Oh, it
it. I
worked.
knew it was gonna
Easy,
happen.
dude. Easy. I never doubted Lolo for a second.
Oh. Oh.
That's so unfortunate for Free because Lolo was struggling.
With the main chain. Yeah.
Yeah, they popped their yellows because they didn't know what to do. But it was a good follow up though,
Yeah.
but not probably advisable in that situation if if Free Mecha had gone what she needed.
Yeah.
But this is good still, like efficient, like you said. They kind of see what I mean, like right? They kind of start snaking back before finishing up like the 5-6.
Yeah.
So not all the space is being utilized, which is kind of one of those that holds Lolo back.
Classic like GTR things, like or rather like mid-level GTR things. Oh geez, that just
Yeah.
explodes.
Ooh.
Just
Wait, they
planned.
actually won though.
Just planned.
Okay, and that's like the also the hard part thing about playing like players in like small sets like this. Mistakes can just like actually just win you rounds because you get hit with the thing you're not expecting.
Yeah, precisely.
But I think at least in like a first to two sets, it only really works for the first set because then I think when you see that happen,
Yeah,
you start playing super safe, like how
exactly.
Free Mecha is doing. They're like the transition to, maybe you should just play it safe the entire set. It's
Yeah, pretty much.
it's
If they
kind of
have
what
ring
you have
chain
to do.
available, then they're pretty clear to win. Oh, good attack from Lolo at the top there.
I like it.
See, even like our
Oh, Free
top
Mecha
players
wants the
aren't doing that
hesitation.
yet.
Why? I don't know. I forget why she hesitated. She had the chance. She would have just won. Okay, I guess she went down. Okay, then.
It's true, yeah, I don't know. It's a bit hard to say, isn't it?
Yeah. I think Free Mecha, she got a little nervous.
That's a little weird, yeah.
'Cause I don't know what happened. Because it looked like Free Mecha and at the original change should have just put the split the blue and just gone for the blue yellow and been fine.
Yeah.
But
Maybe
I
a little
can't.
bit of
Lolo pulled.
panic.
Oh my god. No, Lolo, take that W. Let's go. Yeah, I don't think Lolo's bad. It's just like, it's just very standard, kind of like inexperienced stuff, right?
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
It's hard to play when you have the pressure of stream two.
That's true. Yeah. Always a consideration.
But I
Okay.
do kind of like Free Mecha Tales more. I feel like
Yeah, a bit
they're a
more
little bit
efficient.
more efficient.
Yeah. Lolo's a bit more what do you call it? Proactive with attacking though, just because like taking advantage of the fact that she's like very much main chain focused, but it means that they're vulnerable in a few places.
Yeah, they're definitely starting to get comfortable because Lolo didn't attack that much in the first set,
Yeah.
but that felt a bit more confident.
Hmm.
Oh, oh no, it's okay, Lolo happens.
So clean. So
Okay, they
clean.
realize they need the purple. Oh, wait, they actually have full chain. I'm just gonna go. Okay, good, they are.
And this is where like you can either like get a +1 or go for it.
I'm just gonna go for it.
Go for it's a little risky, but maybe at this level they're also not really like thinking about like
I don't think they're thinking
comparison.
about extending.
That's
Yeah,
okay.
I think they just think my chain works right now, so I should just take
Yeah,
it.
yeah, yeah, exactly.
It's really hard, I think, to like not get scared of just extending because you're once you have to like think and like, oh, I have to extend one more, how where I want to do it. It slows you down, but
Yeah,
you don't get
exactly.
faster at it until you do it more. So you
Yes,
kind of
pretty
have
much.
to just accept that you will lose sometimes for it, but you will ultimately be better as a player for doing it.
Yeah, you can't really learn chain power judgment until you've been through situations where, oh, I didn't need to extend, or oh, I did need to extend, but that only happens if you like choose to extend in the first place.
Yeah. Okay.
Again,
Also,
very
it's like the
clean.
classic mid-level too, where like your column six doesn't get used on your tail at all.
Yep, pretty much.
But Rebecca seems like she's playing a little bit more confidently. So I think the nerves are being shaken just a tiny bit.
Oh, okay,
Oh yeah,
interesting.
I can't. The single trash. I think in most sets that wouldn't matter, but I feel like when you're both like playing very nervous, unironically, I think it can matter a little bit.
Yeah, no, I agree. It gets into the opponent's head.
Yeah, I think because some
Ooh,
players are just like very awkward about taking trash. Okay, this is probably over for Lolo.
yes, definitely. This is again very clean chaining, keeping options open. Lolo is again proactive on the attacking, but like generally, it's a bit too much of a sacrifice.
Yeah. I feel like Lolo also just isn't confident in rebuilds. I feel like they just want to
Yeah,
attack
yeah.
and then only send chain, and
And
they don't
hope
want
it
to have to
though.
rebuild it back up.
Yes, pretty much. I'm seeing that pattern as well. But it's like their main chain efficiency isn't high enough that they can actually capitalize on like firing so quickly.
Yeah. You now it's right. Rebecca is just playing so much faster
Yeah,
and more efficiently.
nice and clean.
I'd be s- I'd be surprised she didn't win this. Not like that surprised, maybe a little surprising, just given that I feel like she feels stronger. Not that she's guaranteed stronger. That's awkward clears though.
Oh, very nice cleanup
Wait,
moves.
I do like the aggression,
But
but she has
red.
that conflict on her reds.
Yeah.
Yeah. Ah, God, Sin makes a mistake too, where they don't. When you make that L, have not posted this in Ascension. I think this is specifically in my server.
Hmm.
Where I post examples, right, of like how to deal with that
Yeah.
same build. I think I showed you that. I think I linked you to it. I was
Yes,
like,
yes.
here's like how you can build out like really bad color conflicts without having to clear like they know for
A
that red.
billion, yeah.
I probably should share that in Ascension at some point eventually for players like Free Mecha and Lolo and
His
Sin.
chaining is
But
so clean. Oh, well,
true.
that was nasty too.
Oh no! Wait, that was like actually an insane trade from Lolo this time, and Lolo doesn't even get to
Yeah.
use it. It's so unfortunate. Okay, that's actually a really nice cue for both of them. We should see some pretty solid chains. Lolo actually has a weird ass conflict.
Okay, well,
Never
that's
mind.
a reset for them. Oh, huh.
Yeah.
Oh, they didn't
Wait.
realize that they could clear the blue to clear the garbage to go into the red. No.
Yeah.
The tunnel
Wait, that's
vision.
so good for Lolo.
Oh. Oh, Lolo's fell up.
The Blues are almost there.
No,
Oh
wait, you gotta do the
no.
vertically. Ah.
Oh, this is so rough. Lolo actually might get away with it. We're witnessing a murder right now.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah,
I should have
Lolo's like
stalled out to get
so
the purples.
full steam ahead with just like the three chains.
No!
Wait, no! Ah! No!
Oh, it's over.
Oh.
So Lolo got so lucky, but Free Mecha dropped all four different ways to clear that.
Yeah.
There were so many outs. Oh, that was painful to watch. Dude, okay, wait. I like that Lolo waited to see Free Mecha place the next two pieces because Lolo thought there was an all clear coming up. Wait, that was actually Galaxy
So
Braid. Let's
goofy.
go, Lolo. But that was so smart though, right? Like, oh, I think an all clear's coming. Let's see if they get it.
Yeah, yeah.
They didn't? Okay, go next.
Oh,
Oh, wait, the
jeez.
attack still is
No,
insane.
no. Wow.
Oh,
Okay.
God. Lolo just outplayed the shit out of Free
And
Mecha.
you can see here again that this chain build unfortunately just isn't that efficient, but like Lolo's just taking enough initiative to like free out.
It's,
Hmm.
oh, yeah. Okay, I think Lolo just played so much cleaner that last round, though. The Free Mecha kind of just like looked at her own board and didn't do anything.
Hmm. That's rough.
Yeah, good for Lolo, though. That's a good W.
Hey, that's very, very GG. Because as she has yet to win a single match in such a majors, she must be stressed out in these matches. Yeah, that's fair. Nerves will definitely be a big thing here, but she has so much potential. Like, I'm looking back at some of these chain builds, and I'm very impressed by her efficiency at the moment with GTR. Because again, so much of the time I watch mid-level play, and it's like your GTR is your base. It should have more links in it. Why does it only have like 3? Ah, your first floor. Ah, explode.
I think that's fair too. Like it's very hard to get your first tournament win set, but like once you get it, it kind of just like snowballs into a bunch
Yeah,
of tournament win
exactly. She'll
sets.
get there soon.
Yeah, because I feel like don't get me wrong, I think Lolo did play better the last set, but I did feel that Free Mecha played better the first two.
Yeah, yeah. Hello,
How you
Nicholas.
feeling?
Welcome. Yeah, I'm feeling pretty
Can we take
good.
a break?
I can do
Quick
that.
break?
Sounds good
Water
to
break?
me.
We'll
Water is important.
start. All right, I will get some coffee.
Go get some water, friends. or your beverage of choice?
I have some canned Vietnamese coffee. I'm gonna be real with
Ooh,
you. It tastes like ass, but I'm
no.
drinking it.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know about canned, man. That's weird.
Yeah, like I like fresh Vietnamese coffee, but canned was not it. Because
Yeah.
me and because I just got back from the airport, right? So let me preface this. I went to bed at 1 a.m. yesterday, and it's currently
Uh-huh.
1:42
Uh-huh.
a.m. So it's been 24
You're
hours,
having a
but I
time.
slept
Hmm.
two, and then I slept for 5 hours, or sorry, for 4 hours on my first flight,
Hmm.
and then for an hour and a half on my second flight. So I
Hmm.
have technically slept 6 hours today.
But it's just a bit like, uh,
Mhm.
difficult.
Yeah, so I probably have like one or two more sets in me before
Hmm.
I will crash.
Yes, fantastic. Sounds good.
Now ready to commentate for a tournament. Well, me and Yoshi do want to commentate a tournament now that I'm back.
Yeah, we are going to be so cool.
Yeah, so I should probably post that and like ping whoever whatever's next on the schedule. Be like, hey, me and Yoshi want to commentate something.
Yes.
What's coming up? I'm gonna write that in Ascension right now
Yeah, good job. Good
and
job.
commentary.
I like PPC for practice as well, but like PPT is important for if you want to play in the global ranking series. So good to practice there too, is my opinion. Fringlish. Oh.
I think if you want like matches specifically, I think Champions is a little bit easier to find matches.
Yes, that is true.
If you're just playing like single player, it doesn't matter.
Yeah. I told Lolo Sandwich GTR is bad. Okay, thank you, Freshwater. You're spreading the word. I was like, Lolo, sorry, but your builds are like a little bit sus.
Yeah. Actually, for around break set break, should I grab the blah blah blah? Should we grab the examples I made from my Discord about like building around shitty shapes?
Yes. Yes.
Uh, okay.
Okay, Hiku. Sandwich GTR isn't that bad once you are becoming a high level player because you know how to work around everything because you're big brain. But if you do it when you're mid level, you miss out on learning how to create more chain shapes.
Yeah. It's like, okay, I'm gonna DM you them
Probably with the sandwich builder knows a
because
GTR sandwich. That's true. True. Mm-hmm. Yes, go for it.
okay. I'm gonna post these because me and Yoshi talked about like posting examples, but we can't post every example. But this is like one of the most common mistakes I've seen in like every, I'd
Oh,
say low level to like
delicious.
mid high set and Ascension, as well as like other tournaments. So it's you kind of see like with the yellows, right? The three yellows on top, and then the three yellows on the bottom. There's only one good spot for that yellow to kind of keep the chain working.
Mm.
And usually what a lot of players do is they clear the bottom yellow or the top one. I noticed that most players prefer to clear the bottom one, which I think is the worst one to clear. I think if you're going to clear one, you should clear the top
Mm.
because it keeps your base of your tail operational. And it's like, yeah, but it's clear the top, you clear the blue, but it's like you place the blue, but like technically you still place the blue anyways. But
Mm.
I think most people see it as you must place a yellow next
Yeah,
if
yeah,
you place
yeah.
blue. But honestly, you kind of just avoid it because on my example is like if you clear the yellow, you're gonna waste time.
Yes.
I say, Tom, just build better. Well, yeah, then that's kind of what it is. Like sometimes you don't get the opportunity to build better in tournament. You don't get to like just play single player and just clear until your chain is better. Sometimes you have to get crazy with it, right? And this is like an example solution I gave to another player where this works. Maybe it's not the most optimal, but like, right, it goes into green, it goes into red, and you still save your bottom yellows.
Mm-hmm.
And I think and sometimes in tournament sets, you have to just realize you make a mistake. If I clear this, I will. You put yourself behind because right. Let's say if you clear one of those yellows, not only do you lose pieces on your board, you also lose the time to clear. And you also lose time to how many pieces they place.
Hmm.
So you lose three different variables. So I think when you make tail mistakes, you have to kind of look for different advantages, right? So like maybe having that green pillar in column four is awkward, but like at least you have a solution.
Yeah.
So I think this is something I think we need to see more from like the low to mid, even maybe mid high, is like learning to build tails that maybe are not the most optimal form, but it is still better than clearing out your board.
Yeah, it's sort of breaking players out of their habit of like, oh, the chain has to work this way. It's like you gotta open your mind, which is like Hiku Jerem in 2019. I don't remember off the top of my head actually. It's been too many years. You'll have to like identify clips or something if you have records of his gameplay. But I feel like players tend to gravitate towards what feels comfortable to them, but even then if they come across a situation where their colors don't work correctly, they won't know how to adapt to that. So like this is an example where, oh, this has to be green to blue to yellow. And it just like uh it limits their understanding of how chaining can work. I feel like it's a bit of a trap,
Yeah,
is my opinion.
I I agree, and I feel like because we always tell players like I actually think what Freshwater said is a bad thing to say.
Hmm.
I think that is a common thing every player says, just build better. And no one ever explains like what it means to build better. People just tell them to reset, or they just tell them just don't build it.
Hmm.
But when you tell them that, you get them to build the habit of resetting their game every official challenge. They get in the habit of just topping out when they make the mistakes in matches or giving up like subconsciously or even sometimes
Hmm.
consciously.
Hmm.
And it's just like you end up in this like kind of like self-defeating prophecy in a way, like this cycle. When you should, I think the better thing to do is like, okay, how do we help players end up building better? Like, what does better even look like in these situations?
Hmm.
You know? And I feel like for me, that is like the bigger question to ask compared to just being like, oh, you just built slightly better, dude. Like, or just don't build it that way.
Hmm.
Because it kind of goes back like what will ultimately be better in the
Hmm.
long term?
Yeah, I think
Like
long term
personally,
thinking is the biggest like emphasis here. Like you can always get away with stuff for a while, but long term, if you want to develop as a player, you gotta like open yourself up to more options.
yeah. And I think on top of that kind of story, it's like it's very hard to think about that, right? Like it's not intuitive for a lot of people because
Mm.
why would it be, right?
Yeah, of course, right? Like this is Galaxy Brain.
Um, trying to think like there's another example. Let me see if I can pull it up.
Yeah,
Because I was like trying to theory craft tales and like what would I show like a new player here? Like what would
sure.
help them? I,
Hiku's comments. I think it applies to most shapes. People should always learn at least three, no matter which ones you limit to. It's roughly the same. I think as long as you're like aware of your limitations, then it's okay to like. But the fact of the matter is that not most, I shouldn't generalize this much, but when you're mid level, you're very limited in your worldview in the first place. So the easiest way to open your mind to more options is to explicitly train a different shape. Whereas at the top level, we're more aware of the fact that we're limiting ourselves to certain shapes, but at least we know that we're limiting ourselves, and we work within
and
those
you
boundaries. Mm,
yeah, I was gonna say like we also know why we limit that shape, right?
mm, mm.
Like we know like what advantages we get and don't get from other stuff
Yeah.
compared to like newer players. Like this, I linked you two more.
Oh, let me chuck open the
Uh,
DM but not leak it.
yeah,
Open link.
and this one's like a weird one because I would consider this like a harder example. Because right, this works right
Mhm.
because the red will buffer for the green. But even just this concept compared to the other one, I'd say is much harder for newer players because the idea of not everything pops immediately by placing it nicely on top of each other is kind of weird.
Yeah,
And the idea of having like a red right up under the green to like help raise it so when it falls down and eventually will solve later
yeah,
is not an intuitive concept.
yes.
And so it kind of makes me, it's very weird because I feel like on one hand, it's maybe too much to kind of like try to be like, hey, recommend doing this to new
Mm-hmm.
players. But at the same time, you kind of have to recommend it at some point.
Yeah, you got to expose them to it.
Yeah. So I think the first one I gave you, she's like, I would say this is my first recommendation
Yeah.
and have them like look at that first and then bring
Yes.
this one up later because it's this is much simpler, right?
Yeah, you start with the idea that, oh, hey, if we don't clear the yellows, where else can we clear? And the immediate option is, hey, there's still these space available, so you can talk about that. And then later you can talk about, hey, how do I actually make this a bit more like clean of a shape? Which is, but that's like, yeah, exactly. You do it in steps.
Yeah, because yeah, because even in high level, people still make this mistake and they just kind of clear.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
I don't really like it was like it happened with Sin at the tournament, but also happened with some of the other France players too.
Yeah.
Uh, and part of it, is obviously like playing on cab is like different, but I kind of refute that excuse because for a lot of them, other than Hiku, didn't really play on cab.
Mm-mm.
So it's
You,
kind of like
the stuff people do after watching Pipidia play for too long. It's true. It's true. You start doing stuff like him, and then you're like, oh, none of this works. But at least it was funny to try. Yeah.
yeah. I I do like these shank exercises though, and I hope more players will eventually do them. And I
Yeah.
want to write stuff down in Ascension and not always in my own fucking Discord. But I get so lazy because
Yeah.
what's it called? I'm like so guilty of writing stuff in my Discord, and then like Feno or Riona or Yoshi or Cooperi will say something, and like, okay, good talk, guys. Never
Yeah.
shares it again.
Yeah.
I'm
No
like,
one
oh,
else
I'm
is
like,
allowed
oh,
to know this, but it's not
which is so
actually.
funny. It's not intentional.
No, it's not
I
intentional.
think I did have a I did do a small conversation, I think in advice at some point.
Mm.
I think the hard part with advice is I think it's good for conversation if a player is willing to have conversation.
Mm.
But the most I think my issue with advice in Ascension is sometimes people know what they want to hear, or like they have a specific thing they want to hear, and if it doesn't line up, then they don't want to hear it, right?
I guess it's hard for people to onboard with like things that go against the current understanding of the game. But I wouldn't say that like Ascension's players are very close-minded either.
I don't think so. I think it's more so like for newer players, it's very hard to like write something and then not be intimidating.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. That's more so what it is than anything else. It's
Yeah,
intimidation, which is kind of
yeah. Especially like let's say if who wrote something in Ascension recently? Let's say Citrus writes something, right? And it's like I think you should do this, and like I chime in like, I think that's good, but I think this might be more helpful.
Hmm.
That can be very weird because sometimes like it can come off as aggressive or like or no, you're
Yeah,
wrong.
yeah, yeah,
And you have
yeah.
to be kind of careful how to word it.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
I think those kind of conversations are scary for like newer players and like even mid-level players because no one wants to hear right like this is good or like but this I think this is better, right?
Exactly. Yeah, yeah.
There is a nice line.
Social communication. Wow, crazy. Monetizing the discussion privately. What the heck, Fino? At least give us some of the money too. Shouldn't Riley get some credit because it's hosted in his server? Can't he like sue you or something?
Uh, if I said it correctly. That's also true. I think it is very player specific too, which makes it hard because I think the way I talk with Yoshi, I would not talk to a certain other players, right?
Yeah.
Because I think everyone needs to be approached differently. But it's very hard to do that in just an advice channel without talking to them multiple times.
Yeah, pretty much.
What the fuck? Okay, I think I had a good break. I feel refreshed.
Let's do it. I think
Let's see
one
what
more will
else.
be good because I should have dinner as well afterwards.
Okay,
So
okay. Last
let's
set
do
then.
it. Where were
One
we? Was
more.
there one in between,
One
or
more.
is it straight?
Don't think I think we went right to Hiku and them.
Probably. Okay,
So
in
I
that
think we
case,
do the
it's
set after
what's
Hiku and
next?
Dan. Yeah, I think we do this set. We timestamp this one too. Then we come back to it. Ooh,
Yes.
AOD.
Yes. AOD gaming.
I would like. It's really nice to watch an AOD set. That's not on the cabinet.
True.
Not that I think the cabinet played too much of an effect. I feel like AOD got a bit nervous.
Oh, hello there. Everyone is here. All right, this will be
Yeah.
interesting. I'm curious to see how
Okay.
they played this set.
Yeah. Okay. Definitely newer player against AOD. Okay. Yeah. AOD is just playing much more efficiently.
Yep, this is superb.
Oh god, is this gonna be an AOD wash? It might just be an AOD wash.
It might be.
Okay, if this is a wash, we just go next set.
Is it? AOD, do you remember if the set was easy for you?
Oh god, this is a wash. I think this is a wash.
I think
Wait,
I think it.
Oh
Oh
no.
my gosh.
Oh god, yeah.
Yeah, this is
Wait,
explode. Explode.
it doesn't matter because AOD is just cooking.
Well, it's fun to see
Oh yeah,
AOD's like chains
yeah.
cooking. Oh, what happened there?
Oh, get out of here! Oh no, he
Wait,
just popped. He just
oh my
goes. He just
gosh.
goes. He just goes. Nice to play.
Wait, oh my
No,
gosh.
they're going for
Oh
the
my
for their
gosh.
escape. Okay, wait, they actually almost made that. They almost made that though. I'll give them the
Almost.
props for that.
Oh my gosh.
Salutes out for Addy. I respect the attempt to extend, even though it was super greedy and you could have just popped your chain.
It was good. Good try.
Yeah. Okay, wait, the Reds. Don't put that
Uh-oh.
there.
Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Wait. Okay.
Griefing.
Oh, AOD's chain is
Okay.
too clean. You're too good at this game, friend. You're gonna like
Wait,
destroy them.
they had a chance that they put that red over on the left side with some yellows, you know?
Oh my
Oh no.
goodness. Oh my
Addy,
goodness.
no.
Wait,
Okay,
wait, wait! They're gaming! That's
oh,
so good! That's so
wait, that was so
good!
sick. Wait, that was so sick. Just build submarine from now on, Addy.
Oh,
Uh,
gaming! And I was even a 7 chain. It's okay. Sometimes me too. My main chaining during this tournament was like poop. It was not great.
Wait, the column 5 only build from Addy is kind of nuts. Oh, they have it? Oh my god, wait, that was so nasty from them.
They're a gamer.
Wait,
This is
this
good.
was actually dank. It's unfortunately not. Oh, it is. It's barely enough.
Ah,
The three
it's
Puyo's
so
back.
close.
The three Puyo trade was insane.
This is
That actually
like,
was impressive to keep up with AOD
I
there.
know, right? Super. Oh, they're alive. That's very powerful. But this is also very powerful. Oh
Okay, actually, you know what?
man.
Big respect for Addy there. That was actually insane from them.
Rick just beat Ackley 20 to 10 and 20 to 13 in his first two ranked match. Oh my gosh. Rick is
Yeah.
powering up.
I mean, yeah, I mean, we just did hear that Rick is supposedly stronger than a Cliv.
Yeah, Ackcliffe was saying that he felt that way, so I guess it's starting to like become a scary like potential reality. Jeez.
I think. Oh wait, do
This is
Addy and actually
so
wake up?
crazy. Hold on, AOD though, like that response was pretty nice. That was really nice use of back end of the chain.
I will say I'm pretty impressed with how Addy's playing. Like they were pretty slow in the first round, but they're throwing attacks. They're
Yeah,
not giving up.
they put in a great effort. Main chain's getting better. Heck yeah, pressure. Rick is
I'm
so
going to
strong. I'm
sleep.
so
We
sad.
love you,
Oh,
Cliv.
hey, it's okay, friend. Our training arc must continue. Okay, don't give up on me now. We need you here.
So true.
Oh my
Maybe we
gosh,
should
what is
have a
that?
Cliv stay at my apartment too, so that way he can train with us.
True.
Come to the United States with Yoshi and Clive. You can stay at my apartment.
Yay. Oh my gosh, AOD is like crushing. Wait, blue yellow. Wait, gaming.
Oh my god, dude. Wait, did they actually steal this round? They might steal this round. Oh, there's a missing yellow. No.
Oh, that 5 chain is going to be enough to at least. Oh no, 4. Sorry, not enough.
Wait, they have the extension. They're so nasty with it. They're still extending? Dude, this Japanese player is crazy. Oh, they have to misrupt though. I'm so sad for them.
Oh man. Wait. Oh, okay. Yeah, yeah. AOD takes us back.
Uh,
Jeez. Okay.
okay, they're securing space. They know better. I respect it. I respect it.
AOD with a big
That's
power
kind of
chain. That's pretty good.
screening.
Nice. Good job
I think we
sealing
have time for one more
enough.
set.
Yes, yes. Let's go.
Yeah. I
Oh,
have to respect that.
oops.
The
Ooh, ooh,
attempts to attack are actually pretty
spoilers.
nasty.
Spoilers. That's my match. That's for another time.
Yeah.
Ooh, Rick versus AOD. Okay, this is going to be more
Okay,
like
then this is
actually
the real
testing
set.
AODs.
Cracks knuckles. Now we're into it. Addy was just the training.
Yes, that's right. It's just a warm up.
Okay.
In Dream again? No,
If
Ackland, please. Please don't give up.
no. Okay, so if we're going off what I've heard, because I've not seen Rick play, this sounds like this will probably be a pretty tough set for AOD.
Yeah.
Oh my god, see, look at they're doing the double L shape with the stair I told you about. Another
Yeah.
set. I told you, dude. I told you, man. This is actually like
It's a
stuff
good
people
shape.
are doing. Ah. See,
Wait.
I'm always so happy when I talk about like shapes. I'm like, oh, I've been seeing high level players do this in other regions, and then they do it because it makes me feel so validated.
Yeah, you're a gamer,
I like
Riley.
my
You know
study.
things. Unfortunately, AOD kind of like built into a wall here with like column 1 being
Yeah,
inaccessible.
yeah, that's just rough. I think there is the option when you have the flat yellow like that, you can do the same thing Rick did
Mm-hmm.
with the pillar plus double L. It's a
Yeah.
little bit more complicated, but it gives you a lot of flexibility.
Yes. Yeah, I tend to forget about it because I always talk about horizontal like threes, but vertical three can do well in on the edge of the board as well.
Yeah, I just think the reason we don't see more players do vertical three in the West is that it doesn't feel intuitive.
Yeah, exactly.
Like,
Oh, there it. Look, more.
if dude, oh, I'm so happy. I love it when I'm like I theorcraft and I see the players like do stuff. I'm like, wait, this is like really good. We should be doing more of this.
Yeah,
It
yeah,
makes me feel
yeah.
so validated as like a coach.
Yes, very good, very good. Like you're giving good advice. Man, Rick
Yeah.
is so efficient. I'm so scared.
The- okay, this is gonna be rough. This is super rough. Oh my
Oh,
God. So vacation. Okay, so this is kind of tough because the vertical like L shapes with the pillar are actually very good for defending damage too. You kind of have to either attack before he has a chance to set it up, or look for the post like vertical build where it will be easier to kind of cover and hit the top of the board.
oh gosh.
Like
Oh
this
gosh.
like the attacking top board's good, it just needs a little bit more power. But this is a good attack. Ooh,
Rough.
ouch. That was a rough first one. I mean, the first two rounds were extremely clean from Rick.
Yeah. Oh, maybe I asked to
He
fight
feels
Rick later
very.
today. Maybe after dinner I can fight him. Ackliff, do you know if he's available? I might fight him.
He, maybe he just paying for like 8 matches.
Oh man.
I need to get good so people will accept my pings for matches. Oh, the two. I don't really know if he meant to clear that. That
Oh,
felt like a
so too
very
bad.
ambitious thorn.
Okay, I respect this from AOD. That's pretty good, like, considering Rick's is in a weird place.
Yeah, the lack of reds made that so awkward. But
Yeah.
honestly, like this is still pretty diggable from Rick. It just depends on if AOD can clutch out an attack.
Okay, this is a nice
Oh yeah, see, this is
resolution, but
good.
Rick was too aggressive here for AOD like to recognize.
It's okay. Yeah, but it's okay because like Rick has spent all of his resources though.
I feel like Rick has a lot of resources right now.
Okay, now he does. Sorry, I thought the AODs would be a bit more better on the trade.
Yeah.
For sure. Oh, maybe if you get some good blue green. Oh nah. Damn, bonus
Hmm.
chain. If they could link the blues in the middle of that chain for the extra two links, that could have been insane for him.
Gosh, that's so rough.
Yeah, because like these aren't even that like far behind trades, right? They're very like it's not even rock.
Yeah, now Rick just like main chains though and wins.
Mhm.
Dang.
Yeah, he's playing so much faster. You can tell, like, not locked behind the Puyo cab with the sunlights on it,
Yeah.
freeing up AOD to play much, much faster.
Yeah, it is. Making moves now.
Okay. Rick with the Fron?
This is
Ooh.
nuts.
Okay, I'm. This is a good detail though for like Rick to know that he can bring out front style because when I restrict the front style is like obviously like the early aggression with the Hellfire
Oh
potential,
boy. Oh,
but
I
this is
think
just a
that's like
nasty full chain.
it's not like recoverable.
Oh,
It's
I
it.
think he still tried to recover it though.
Yeah.
It's just like a player mentality thing. I think you just use the round to try and build and like shake off the rust
Yeah.
and quotes rust.
No game audio. Oh yeah, like we would have commentary like over our voices if we um had the game audio on. So
Yeah, it's just off.
yeah, just
Yeah, I
cleaner
think
that
if
way.
you want audio, yeah, I also think it's just better to do that because if you want audio, I don't think we should take away from like Ascension stream.
Yeah. Oh,
Like,
oh,
God, it kind of
oh.
was unfortunate. There was like no reds to finish up tail, but it doesn't matter. Yippee!
Winning.
Okay,
Okay.
no more Fron. Why? Bring it back, dude.
AD is looking for a very aggressive stance.
Yeah,
Okay. Chooses to
Rick
opt
is
out.
Rick is playing very safe around it though. Like these are some
Yeah.
big pillars and L shapes. So we're kind of going back to like what was working in the first set.
Wait, what in the world?
Oh, that's awkward
That's weird.
though. Because I think it would just outchains him now because he can't extend his tail.
Yeah, Rick's chain is like kind of in
Um,
shambles, right?
yeah,
Yeah.
I
Oh
think
my
it's
gosh, AD's
completely
chain is
dead.
so nice. I love. Oh, whoa, whoa, whoa. I didn't see that. Never mind. It's still pretty
Oh,
nice, but oh,
I
and
think
Rick's
he
chain
wins actually.
cuts.
Yeah,
Blah, blah.
yeah. That was so weird for Rick to try. Like, I guess he just didn't want some main chain. He did. We want to like kind of keep pushing AOD back, but I think he overcommitted at staying too high up.
Hmm. 20-5 against Dan. What the heck?
Yeah, Rick is so strong.
When did
Another
he
safe
secretly
build.
power up?
Okay. Okay, this is the hard part. I don't like what AOD did there, but I think it's gonna work out. You have to be very careful attacking those vertical builds because I think Rick actually had potential to win that round,
Hmm.
but I think he misplayed it.
Yeah, yeah.
But you take that AOD on the board. Let's go. Ooh, nice
Nice,
reverse sweep too,
nice.
by the
That
way.
was good.
Okay, so it does feel like so far. I like the concept of AOD attacking Rick's builds and like trying to find the timing. I think Rick has dropped the ball a few times. But I think AOD has had some very good moments of just being like more efficient on the build. But now we're in this weird point where like Rick is playing very safe around these attacks.
Yeah. Look, at this point, it's not going to land very well.
Mm. And I think, oh, that's actually kind of a nasty
Uh-oh,
thorn.
uh-oh.
Yeah.
That's really difficult now. Yeah, forced
Yeah.
to send this off. Difficult to dig.
Hmm. And that's kind of like the hard part. I think the best way to deal, at least in my current thought, this might change as I kind of study the
Mm.
build more. I think the best way to deal with like those kind of like high vertical builds, like very safe chains from Rick, is you need to send larger powers and not small threes if you want to do early small attacks,
Yeah.
because the powers resolve faster and they give you more time long term. And if you're attacking them with like a 5 chain, you kind of accept that you're probably letting them main chain and you have
Mm-hmm.
just to out extend them.
Mm-hmm.
Like this is a good adaptation because now you send force main and you can try to extend.
Yeah, yeah. You have much more time advantage. Oh, I think that extension was necessary though.
Oh,
Yeah.
oh no, that's actually
Yeah.
so bad.
Unfortunate. But the idea was
Because
correct
I think
there.
agreed. Correct idea, just unfortunate misplay on the tail.
Yeah.
Once you place like red green there, you just have to commit to it.
Gosh.
Never punished. Sometimes never punished.
So Rick's now very
Okay, it's a
prepared.
yeah, but
Ooh.
AOD also has a good defense attack too. Because the main.
This is
Okay.
awkward.
Ooh.
Maybe, maybe.
Oh no, I think it's Jover.
Yeah, Rick was efficient enough that. Oh, although the no greens is kind of ouchy, not even
Yeah.
getting into attempt, but yeah.
Do you want to go backwards real quick on that?
Go for it. Oh, wait, no, hold on.
Yeah.
Later.
Oh, I just want to see his attack. Yeah. Go back a little. Yeah. Because like here, I think it's okay. Like you can kind of force Rick out. I think after this force, I feel like you should be attacking right now,
Should
right?
you?
I'm trying to see like where it went round because
I
I
don't
feel like this is
know.
like a force Rick out situation, and I feel like this should be rebuildable. I don't know what happened.
Hmm.
Red blue, okay.
I feel like
Oh, I don't like that.
the this was the error because green blue here, red blue here,
Yeah,
and then you can just like use this area to extend a few links.
agreed. I think double color here to commit the green, blue, green is just way too much because now it's so vertical. So you have to split so much, and you have to clear out the greens of there if you want to extend safely.
Yeah. It was probably a bit of a panic. Um,
Yeah,
yeah,
panic drop.
the tail thing is why I suggested just like building on the front because if you go green blue here, red blue here, then you can use this area here to add like one or two more links on top of the fact that like this will add like three links as well. So that would be sufficient. Hmm.
Agreed. Yeah, so it is a good drop because I felt like the attack is like maybe not the best time, but I feel like there was like premise there, right? It was
Yeah,
to get Rick to go,
yeah,
and then
exactly.
like the extension here, I think is the bigger issue.
It's a bit of a choke point, I guess, because like
Yeah,
it's just the decision making when you're under this sort of pressure is really rough. Like it's probably just like in the moment made some misjudgments, but good try.
yeah. That was good. That was good. Should we say the timestamps and DMs?
Yeah, actually, I'll reverse back so that because I guess we have both of my matches
Yeah,
on our timestamps. So
yeah. We can do some review tomorrow before we stream other matches to
yes,
review. I
exactly.
have because I have technically my today now off and then the next day off, so I have a lot of
Yes.
time to do reviews.
All right, here's the French stream one.
Oh my God.
Do you need the link as well, or have you got it?
All right, just put it in our DMs.
Okay, cool.
Just like drop it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Actually, I'll do that after the stream
Oh.
then. Um.
Uh, can
So
okay, so I think it's dinner time break for you, right?
yes, I want to go have dinner, friends, and then when I come back, I'm gonna see if I can fight Rick, I guess, and then I might do
Yeah.
some TGM as well. I will see how I'm feeling. Um.
Sure. I
Mhm.
am probably gonna go to bed, but I'm gonna be streaming Puyo more this week.
Whoa, guys, did you hear that? He's preparing for when I invade his stream. So he's
Yeah, I've been
mm,
true.
mhm.
I'm trying to. get a new mic for it too, because I think my one's kind of crapping out.
Okay.
We'll see if it comes in time. But yeah, I've been streaming more Puyo because
Hmm.
I've now that I'm back, I can actually stream again because I haven't streamed in a while. It's been like 20 days or something,
Yeah, I see.
and I have like nothing else to stream, so I'm gonna start streaming some
It's
Puyo again.
happening, guys. Let me see if I can find
Yeah,
a raid for you guys before I go then as well. And
let's
then
let
yeah,
me
we'll do the things. Actually, if I just close
see
the
who.
stream, it should like come up here when I come back. Actually, should be fine.
Let me Yeah, who's streaming games right now? Is anyone streaming Champions or PPT or anything cool?
Kabanku, they raid into us sometimes. I don't know what they're doing. They're playing like party mode or something. I saw the timer. I think they might be... Guys, you can watch party mode. Are you happy? I love party mode.
Wait, that's pretty dang.
Okay. Watch a party mode. As I mentioned, I'll be back later. I'll ping in Ascension as usual, or like not ping, but I'll put out my usual stuff. So keep an eye out. We'll see if we can fight Rick, and then yeah, maybe either more Puyo training or Tetris. We'll see. But
Oh my
thanks
god,
everybody for
I can
coming along.
finally.
Hmm?
I said, oh my god, I can finally advertise my streaming Ascension because I'll finally stream Puyo. Oh my god, I love
Correct.
OG.
We'll be back tomorrow with more review and the day after as well. So if you are looking forward to more of these sorts of sessions, you will get to see a few more of them. Also, I'm actually doing work on the tutorials, guys. We're over halfway through the voiceover for the script, which again is the second to last step. Once I finish the voiceover, then we just have to storyboard it and then I can send it to Void. So get hyped. The sandwich tutorial is also going to be like in that space soon too. It's very exciting.
It's gonna be very I think, what's it called? Just like having more resources other than not just build just one GTR PDF is gonna be
Yes,
good.
yes, I'm so excited. Alright, friends, as always, for now, I hope you have a wonderful rest of your day or night. Love you guys, and I'll see you all next time.
Oh my god.
Goodbye.
Bye bye.